Jaci Solomon. The Leamington Flyers are in town tonight to take on the London Nationals. The trade deadline was yesterday, and the London Nationals acquired 5 new players, 2 new defensemen, Tanner Weingard and Isaiah Liddington, 2 new forwards, Tanner Ryan and Lucas Carson, and new goaltender Joe Ranger. It's going to be interesting to see how these 5 new players add to the London Nationals team dynamic and how they match up against their rival, the Leamington Flyers. Kyle and Jeremy, let's talk about these new additions.
Thanks, JC. And yeah, it should be very interesting to see what we have in store for these new players coming to the Nationals. Joe Ranger is going to be a big input on this team. Going to be the starting goaltender, OHL caliber experience coming in now for the Nationals.
Yes, Joe Ranger, a goaltender that certainly provides that OHL experience coming in from the Sudbury Wolves. You can just look at his numbers so far with Sudbury this year. 28 games. You know, Sudbury's not exactly a contending team in the Eastern Conference in the OHL this season, so happy to see a guy like Ranger get an opportunity to compete not for an OHL championship, but for a potential Sutherland Cup for this Nationals roster.
Absolutely. Got a new backup goalie in net as well. Hardy Westman will be picking up another new signing for the Nationals. Picked up just shortly before the trade deadline. Get a chance to see him in action somewhere down the road. But we're going to see a lot of Ranger. It's going to be a big test for him. His first net game for the Nationals will be against the team chasing them right on their heels in Leamington Flyers. Looking up front now, Nationals picking up a couple new forwards, a couple people going out of the roster, but seeing Ryan and Ryan Carson both being picked up here. Tanner Ryan and Lucas Carson, both guys are bringing in a bit of different aspects to their games.
Yes, Lucas Carson, you know, he was one of the top players in the junior C level, the PGHL, and you can see 59 points in 26 games, and then picking up Tanner Ryan as well. And, you know, those are key additions to this Nationals lineup, guys that can provide presence, especially a guy like Carson's skill level where he can put the puck in the back of the net, which is something that the Nationals have been lacking as of late, is finding those secondary scores. So having a guy like Lucas Carson coming into the lineup certainly helps the scoring.
And on the back end, a familiar face for Nationals fans, as we'll see a new player from the Sarnia Legionnaires coming over and should be solidifying that defense. Another big body on there in Tanner Weingard, big defenseman, and we get a chance to see Isaiah Luddington, another offensive defenseman. So another big new dynamic change to that back end for the Nationals.
Yeah, and again, it's just adding the right pieces for this Nationals roster, right? Trade deadline just passed, so this was the roster that they have for the rest of the season and into the postseason. So I'm sure that Dave Matzos, when he got these players, I'm sure that he's happy with a guy like Luddington providing a little bit of the offensive presence, but also in Tanner Weingard also picking up some key minutes on the back end.
Absolutely. Now we're going to take a look at our starting goaltenders for tonight. Should be a fantastic matchup. Bryce Walkarius, no stranger to playing in this building for the Leamington Flyers, and then Joe Ranger, as we mentioned, his first game in Nationals uniform. You can see there his numbers with the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL. So some good experience he has, and it'll be a great statement game for him tonight.
Yes, you know, and for a guy like Bryce Walkarius, he was named the goaltender of the week last year for the GOJHL. So the London Nationals certainly will need to keep their eye on a guy like Bryce Walkarius, who certainly knows how to stop the puck when he needs to.
And with that, we'll send it down to ice level for our opening ceremonies.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand
Thank you, Tony Nuther, as always. As we get set for our puck drop, we'll take a look at our keys to the game.
Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Paul Salvador Masonry. For the Leamington Flyers, it is the forecheck. Sustained pressure from the Leamington forecheck leads to many of their goals, including 3 of the 5 against London last time the Flyers were in this building to win. They extend plays and make lives difficult for the other team's defenders. And for the London Nationals, it is pucks to the net. All 4 of London's goals last time Leamington was in town were a result of rebounds or shots, making it through traffic to beat the goaltender. Bodies and pucks to the slot will be important for this London National squad, competing against a team that is only 3 points behind them for the first spot in the Western Conference.
Another big fact about this game, the Nationals have not beat the Leamington Flyers yet this season. This is the 4th matchup between the 2 teams. Starting up, Thompson in the face-off dot. Picked up 1 by McPherson. Back to the Flyers. Puck will be set up along the boards. McGowan chasing after. He drops his stick. Stolen by McPherson. He tried to put it up the wall. Picked up by Milne. Milne banks off the wall over to Thompson. Thompson right into the middle. Carried it across the blue line to Sanavy. Sanavy bounces it back. Weingart. He'll throw it down in the corner. Sanavy picks it up. He'll carry it behind the net. Wait, throws it out front. Can't find anybody. Weingart holds the line. Over to McGowan. McGowan throws it on net. That one just flies wide and ends up in the corner. Gets to the blue line. Puck still kept in. Now it goes off a skate of a National and will bounce out in the neutral ice. McGowan comes in and will just dump it down as the Nationals will go off for a change. Fresh legs on the ice for both teams. Coming out, here comes Piccolo across the right wing side. He gets pushed in the boards by McGowan. Gets around down in the corner, puts it up. Bouncing puck. Brecky puts it back to the blue line. James, he tries to get it a hold of the puck. Pushed by Wood, ends up down in the corner again. Piccolo back into the slot area. That pass just can't hit the stick of Brecky. Turn back the other way. Here comes O'Reilly. O'Reilly across the blue line. Tries to wheel and deal into the middle. He gets stopped up. Puck comes back around the other way. Here comes Piccolo. Nice defensive play on the forecheck by Chard. Kopchuk. He'll collect the puck down low. Throws around back of the net. Lead pass for Wood. Just misses him, and that's going to go the length of the ice for a nice.
Good opening pace by these 2 teams so far in this first period. Even though we haven't seen any great scoring chances yet, I like the pace so far. They're trying to go back and forth, trying to figure out how these 2 teams want to scheme-wise tonight.
As you can see, Sam O'Reilly out there with the Nationals back in the lineup as of the new year. Also sporting a brand new number, wore 19 for the first half of the season, sporting number 7 now for the Nationals. Puck picked out and played the blue line. Shot on net, that one just goes wide. Nationals try to collect the puck and will. Little backhand pass over to Wood. Wood lead pass to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's got a partial break. Takes a shot, picked up by Walkarius. Luttrell, he'll bring it down the other way. Across the blue line. He dishes off the pass. Brecky will throw it back in the corner. Luttrell, he gets hit hard into the wall. Puck will be picked up now. Ludington, he'll move it out. Dumped down in the offensive zone by Bowers. Push off the puck by Pace Roth. Down in the corner again. Grossi. He'll try to bring the puck up. Bouncing puck. That will go down the length of the ice. Connolly will pick it up. Lead pass out for Palmer. Palmer gets to the red line, just dumps it into the far corner. Pace Roth will try a challenge, but the Flyers will quickly get it out. Clark dishes it back. Ryan McPherson. Puck bound in the corner, picked up by Pace Roth on the far side. Puck gets tied up, picked up now by McGowan. McGowan looks for that opening pass, finds it back to Pace Roth. Pace Roth over to Palmer. Palmer's just got to punch it into the offensive zone. Nationals making another change. Still only 1 shot in the game for either team. Ryan across the blue line. He's going to bring it down low. Pushed into the corner. Back to the blue line, kept it by Weingart. Weingart shot on net. Well, Karius has to make the save. Back to the blue line again. Weingart will throw it down behind the net. Sandhagen, he'll pick it up. Back to the blue line. McGowan throws another one on net. Easily kicked aside by Walkarius. Bouncing puck back in the neutral ice. McGowan room to look and try to find that outlet pass. But he'll carry it across the blue line himself. Throws it hard around the boards. Played on the far side by Holmes. Stolen quickly off his stick. Right down low. Carson trying to make a play out front, but stolen off his blade. It's the other way come Flyers. Big head of steam by McPherson. Gets stolen off his stick. McGowan over to Weingart. Weingart to the open wing. Milne will pick it up. Rims it around the boards. Played behind by Walkarius. Thompson applying a lot of pressure. Quickly making the puck move for the Flyers. Kept in by Santaby. Santaby puts it on net. Tipped out front by Milne, but just goes over. Milne throws the body. Thompson doing the same. Back to the blue line. He kept it. Another shot on net. That one goes wide. Back to the side on the wall. McPherson. Big outlet pass. Here come the Flyers across. Dropped it again for Ryan McPherson. Turn back around the other way. Here come the Nationals. Milne overskates the puck. Tries to get a bit of help from Kopchuk and does. Thrown down in the offensive zone. Grossi will pick it up for the Flyers. Lead pass ends up just on the back skate of Brecky. He'll put it back to the blue line. Long shot. That one hits out front. Loose puck down low. Ranger has to make a tough play, but keeps the puck out. Down low again. Piccolo puts it back to the blue line. Back to Piccolo again. Sends it around behind the net. Van Sumeren. He gets pinched off on the board. Stolen back by the Nationals. Behind the net now, Ludington. Dropped off to Kopchuk. Back up the wall to Santaby. Santaby tries to get it up to a streaking Chard. Almost turned back around the other way. Puck bounced across the entire length of the ice. Here comes Piccolo the other side. Piccolo's got a bit of room. Now gets pinched off. He's going to have to try to carry behind the net. Piccolo looking for some support. No one there. Ends up having to throw the puck back in the neutral zone. Clark spins, throws it back down in the offensive zone. LaRue, he tries to get some pressure on the Nationals defense. Nationals will break out. Here comes Chard. He's got O'Reilly with him. Chard across the blue line. O'Reilly across the blue line. Dumps it down to Chard. Chard, wait. O'Reilly in the slot. He takes a shot while Carey's with the save. Rebound chance. Can't get on net. Connolly pinches in, makes a nice play. Another shot on net while Carey throws the blocker to put it back into the safe place. And the puck is batted down with a hand, and what we call it for a hand pass.
Well, after a long bit of play, we get our first look at a couple of chances here. As starting off on this play, a great little feed to O'Reilly. O'Reilly gets the shot off, and a good blocker save by Walkarius. And then at the other end, a shot that goes off the side of the net. A good opportunity there by William Van Sumeren, who's got 18 goals on the season for this Leamington Flyers squad. And unfortunately for him, on that chance, he hits the side of the net. So a close call there, but a good key save early on by Joe Ranger.
13 minutes left here in the first period. Shots are 5-0 in favor of the Nationals. Leamington still unable to get a single shot on net, as that chance by Van Sumeren does not count. Back the other way. Here come the Rangers across, the Flyers across the blue line. They'll bring it down low. Burn it right out front. Nobody there for the one-time attempt. McPherson trying to use some nifty edge work. Puck being brought out, picked off out of midair, and sent back the other way by Jace. Across the blue line. Nice little drop pass. Ends up in the skates of Connor McPherson. Blocked back out into the neutral ice. Connolly. He'll just send it down the length of the ice. No icing on the play. Nationals get a chance to take a breath and get some new legs on the ice. James gets it up to the red line. Dumped in. Battle for the puck behind the net. Connolly will put it up the wall. Over to Lucas Carson. Drop back up McGowan over the blue line. He walks in, takes the shot, and just over the net by Sandham. Back behind the net again. Here come the Flyers. They're going to try to break out. Nice pressure applied by the Nationals forecheckers as they will keep the puck in the Flyer zone. Up to the blue line, banked out. Nationals quickly corral it. McGowan over to Weingart. Weingart, nice little moves as he's going to carry it in. Puts it behind the net. Pick him on the far side, trying to get a hold of it, but can't get a stick well enough on it. Puck we sent down the length of the ice for an icing. Hard work by some of the new faces of the Nationals.
Certainly hard work pays off for these Nationals newcomers, and I like the fact that the Nationals are activating the V quite a bit here. We saw McGowan actually do a little bit of forward checking on that play as Lucas Carson dropped back to cover off Rowan McGowan. So this is certainly something that I'm sure that the Nationals want to see more often, is now that their defense could be a little more on the offensive side.
McGowan, he takes a shot from distance. That one just goes off a leg and out of play. This period, as always, will be brought to you by J&F Concrete and Ready Mix. We've seen a lot more out of Owen McGowan so far in this game, too. He's looking like he's picking up his play a bit. He's starting to pick up a little more as December went on, and looks like he's carrying it on to the new year. Lucas Chard battles for the puck down behind the Leamington net. Wood takes a tumble. O'Reilly's in there for help. O'Reilly will come away with the puck. Riley, cross-ice pass, bounces off a couple of players, but kept in by McGowan. Down to Chard behind the net. Chard puts it out. Nobody there. Was hoping to hit Weingart. He'll come all the way down. Ranger will come out to play the puck. Sends it cross-ice. Picked up, bounces up to the blue line, still kept in though. Flyers with a chance, down low, takes a shot, Ranger makes the save. Bounce pass off the wall, just a little too far ahead of O'Reilly. Puck quickly comes back around the wall. Picked up again by the Nationals, lead pass for Wood, just out of his reach. Walkarius will come out to play it. Quickly moves it back up the wall. Ned Summerlin at the blue line, he tries to get it out, but quickly turned back again by Wood. Thompson keeps the pressure on, throws it back in, another puck right onto Walkarius, and he'll hang on this time for a whistle.
Yeah, smart play there by Walkarius, just slowing things down as both teams were trading chances. As the first shot on net by the Leamington Flyers, as they've done a bit so far of moving the puck down low, trying to move up into the blue paint, trying to get past Joe Ranger, but Ranger's been tight to his post, and he made that his first save as a London National.
Comes out, just a big hit thrown right at the Leamington blue line. Nationals try to turn it back. Determination play here by Latrelli. He'll force the puck into the National zone. Flyers punt the puck again. Back up to the blue line. Hold on. Dishes it off. Nice play by Thompson, and we'll get that puck out. Flyers in their own zone. Lead pass. Latrelli now. He loses control of the puck, but finds it right back. Cross-ice pass over, and Grunder will just throw it into the offensive zone. Ranger up to Palmer, all alone on the left wing side. He'll easily put it into the offensive zone. Pace Rock throws it behind the net. Peggy comes in. He takes a shot. That gets blocked. Possible break. Goes just off the stick of McPherson. He's going to try to question the ref on the icing call, but he was not going to beat that one out. So the ref linesman makes a good call, and we're coming all the way back down in to the National side of the Leamington zone.
Well, a conversation is going to be had here as Ranger came out of his net to potentially play this puck. He never touched it, but they're having a quick conversation, and it appears to me that they're going to actually put this face-off at center ice. As again, if the goaltender coming out of your crease, if your intention is to come and play the puck, as Ranger did, you have to wave that off. But the linesman called it icing. They recognized the mistake was made. The Leamington bench was quick to call it out, and so a face-off at center ice.
Nagy throws it over after the Nationals face-off win. Almost quickly lost by Connolly, but he makes the recovery. Up to Milne. Milne, nice deflection down in the offensive zone while Carius comes out to play it. Back up the wall, Heggie over to Sanavy. Stolen off his stick, but McPherson's trying to get a hold of it and get it back out, but can't. Bouncing puck just out of reach now. Now it's collected and brought across the blue line by Ryan McPherson. Over to Connor. He'll throw it on net. Ranger has to make a couple saves at a sharp angle. Thompson battling for the puck behind the net. In there with Connolly. Back out front again. McPherson, he just gets wrapped up. No call on the play. And Connolly will try to put the puck up the wall. Sanity still can't get it out. McPherson, Connor McPherson again. That's the puck. He walks in. He takes a shot. Bounced out front. Diving glove check by Thompson. Denies another attempt. Another shot bounces off. That goes off the hand of Milne. Milne's going to try to get it out. He gets pinned against the boards. Clark will try to put it in deep. Puck finally flipped up high enough that the Nationals are going to get a change. Lead pass gets sent down. McGowan will collect it behind his net. Short race up the right wing side. He ends up just giving it away back to the Flyers. Bouncing puck just goes over the stake of Pace Roth. Walks in, takes a shot. Ranger has to make a save. Taves puts it on net. Ranger has to make an awkward save, but holds on. That one just slides right below his pad.
Yeah, good couple saves by Joe Rangers as he's had to come up big as of late. There's a shot from the side. He makes the glove save, and then another shot right up in tight as Holmes was trying to cash in on that short side. And then another shot from right at the blue line, right in front of our broadcast spot, and Ranger had to make a awkward pad save as that puck got onto him quickly.
Nationals try to get the puck out of their own zone. Bouncing puck. Nice play by the Flyers and by Taves. And he'll throw it in. Cross-ice pass. That one just a little too far behind Maggie. But he'll manage to get it and send it down behind the net. Around the corner. Into the far side. Brecky gets a hold of it. Puts it up to the blue line. Taves throws it back down behind the net. Piccolo battling with McGowan for it. Stolen up by Brecky. Put back on into the slot. Takes the shot right over the head of Ranger. And the Flyers come back in the offensive zone once again. McGowan throws it around behind the net. Weingart will pick it up. He gets quickly pressured. Picked up again by Weingart. He'll just throw it loosely into the corner. Bowers will collect it. He's going to have to try to battle with it to get it past Sigmund and put it on the board. Sigmund will come away at the puck. Back down to the corner again. Another shot on net. That gets blocked this time by McGowan. Another shot from distance. Ranger makes the save. Lost track of it. It still stays out. Down in the corner. O'Villa. Puts the puck behind the net. Picked up now by McGowan. McGowan's got a bit of room to try to finally get it out of the zone. Flyers really try to dictate play here in the second half of this first period. Another pass up to Coville. Puts a shot right on net to Ranger. And Ranger just going to hang on. Take the whistle. Slow things down a bit. Give the Nationals a chance to breathe and get their feet underneath them again.
Yeah, Joe Ranger having to work quite often here as it, like you mentioned, he lost sight of that puck. He was able to guess right as it went off of his center chest and goes off into the corner. As there's 5 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in period number one. Shots reach 6-5 in favor of the Leamington Flyers as they've seemed to found their skates here late in this first period.
Picked up now, big spurts of speed coming up the right wing side. It's Sanavy, but he gets quickly pushed off the puck. The Rangers will pick it up again, or the Flyers will pick it up again. Connor McPherson back to the defense. Ryan Clark puts off the wall. McPherson brothers go back and forth. Kopchuk just pushes his man right to the boards. Nice little backhand pass attempt. Tries to go right back out front. Stolen by the Nationals. Here they come across the way. Back out front. Tries to put it onto the stick of Ludington, but he can't get the shot off. Bouncing puck off the wall. Lead pass intended for Connor McPherson. He'll just collect it behind the net. A little bit of pressure as he gets taken down. Good work by Ludington. Sandham, he gets his pocket picked. Back across the blue line. Here come the Flyers. Another great little piece of work there by Ludington. Trying to put it up. Nationals calling for a high stick. Not going to get it. Puck bounced out. Back down into the Leamington zone. Sent back up the wall quickly. Ludington over to Haggy. Haggy, lead pass intended for Ryan, just out of his reach. And we'll go for an icing, come all the way back down to the National zone.
And again, these last few minutes, the Leamington Flyers have dominated possession of the puck, but also a great job by the London D as well. Using their sticks, knocking pucks away into the corner, not really allowing any grade A scoring chances, but again, Leamington owning a lot of puck possession here in this first period.
Face-off won by the Nationals. Ludington, nice lead pass. Partial 2-on-1 attempt, just a little too far. A bit of a miscommunication with some of those passes. Another shot on that. Ranger has to make the quick save. Carson will pick it up along the wall. Back up the wall, just out of the reach of Ryan. And we set up the wall. Flyers collected behind their own net. Looking for an outlet pass. Van Summering walks in. He takes a shot. Ranger with the blocker save. Put right back on net. Ranger again with the save. Clark at the blue line. He blocks the puck from leaving the zone. Bouncing puck in front of the net. Flyers trying to get a shot on, but can't quite get it to go. Clark again banks it off the back wall. Walks into it. Tries to get a one-timer going. And the Nationals will collect the puck and move out. Chard across the blue line. Walks in, throws across ice, intended for Wood. Just can't hit him in time. Chard, nice forecheck again. Tries to get the puck back on the stick of the Nationals. McGowan, now Wood. Across the blue line, he's going to try to make a move. Wood gets taken down to the ice hard. Big hit there by LaRue. Back of off the right wing side. Coville puts it out front. Nice chance by LaRue back out front, but couldn't get a stick on it in time. Chard holds up. Was going to go offside as he and Weingard were just a little off-centered. Wood behind the net. Picked up by O'Reilly. O'Reilly looking for that outlet pass. Finds McGowan. McGowan puts it on net. Blocked by Walkarius. McPherson out the other way. Ryan down low. He's going to try to make his break to the front of the net. Just powered into the corner by Weingard. Bounced high off the boards. Down to the far side. Picked up again by the Flyers. Mayhe turns it around. Connor McPherson. He takes a shot. That goes high and over the net. Kept into the blue line by Mayhe. Gives the puck up. That drop pass, not where it was intended to go. Here come the Nationals. Palmer across the blue line. He's got O'Reilly with him. O'Reilly, backhand pass back in the corner. Palmer again puts it out front while Carius makes the save. Mayhe, he gets hit hard right in front of his own bench. Palmer turns out to Bowers. Bowers right in the slot, trying to get it on net at Pace Roth, but he gets pushed into the corner by Taves. Pace Roth again, gets the puck on, tries to put it on front of the net, ends up putting it behind it. Kopchuk keeps it in, he takes a shot, that gets blocked. Grunder, he'll carry it out, across the blue line. He walks in, takes a shot, Ranger makes the save. Puck thrown back up the wall. Another pass right into the slot area, can't find it's a target. Another shot on net, that's blocked. Nationals doing a great job of blocking all kinds of pucks coming towards their net so far tonight. Piccolo walks in, he takes a shot, Ranger with another save. Another hit thrown. Nationals finally going to clear the zone again. Sanity overskates it a bit, tries to corral, or Milne overskates it, tries to corral it. Can't quite do it successfully. Sent back up the wall. Piccolo collects it. He sends it back to his D. That goes off a leg. Ends up going just beside Ranger, and that'll be the end of the first period. Goals on the board, but a good showing for the Nationals newcomers as we will head into the first intermission with a score of 0-0. You are watching the London Brewing Co-op Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details. Watching hockey just got a power play with NHL Center Ice and Super Sports Pack. With up to 37 out-of-market NHL games a week, you'll always catch your favorite team no matter where you live. Whether it's big matchups you're looking for or following your top fantasy picks, it's all here. NHL Center Ice, part of the Rogers Super Sports Pack. All this for only $35.95 a month. Say Super Sports Pack into your voice remote to order.
At St. John Ambulance, we're all about community. We teach life-saving skills and provide community support through our volunteer services. All St. John Ambulance product sales and training registrations support these important services. Volunteer, donate, or enroll in a program today so we can continue to have an impact on our community. Visit sja.ca to learn more. At St. John Ambulance, we do more than save lives, we change lives.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back, fans. I'm joined here with Ryan McPherson. Now, Ryan, this is your second season playing with the Leamington Flyers. What is your favorite thing about playing for them?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things. You know, the coaching staff is great. You know, a lot of returnees from last year. So, I mean, just playing with a group of guys, you know, have a great team, and we're just looking forward to the next couple months.
You play alongside your brother Connor as well on the same line. What's your favorite thing about playing with him?
Yeah, I mean, we play together our whole life, so I guess we kind of know where we are. We have that good chemistry, so yeah, I enjoy playing with him.
You both committed to an NCAA school, New Hampshire in the States. How are you excited about that? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're both really excited, you know, proud of huge achievement, but not thinking about too much, focusing on this year. You know, our team has a goal, and that's to win, so kind of just focusing on that right now.
Just between the two of us, does your mom have a favorite?
I think it's me, but, you know, my brother can say it was him, so it can go either way.
Thanks so much, Ryan. We'll be right back with more London Brewing Co-op Nationals hockey right after this.
Heartbeat of Mother Earth, I feel you and embrace your warmth. I see you dancing through the trees. Your song floats on the summer breeze. Community, we come together. We are the voice of our ancestors. Thankful for how much you bless us. Feel the thunder in the drum. All our voices sing as one. Feel the power, feel the pride. Feel the drumbeat deep inside. Feel the boom, feel the bass. Let's let go of time and space. It'll make you dance, it'll make you sing. Ode Wegun, Wadok Wishin. The drum will lead you, take you far. Always remember who you are.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. Wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
Have a hold on one at 15.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive so.
Welcome back here to the London Bruin Co-op Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV. After 20 minutes of play, score stands at a stalemate, 0-0. But it was a very competitive period between, well, the two top teams in the Western Conference. Kind of exactly what we expected. Actually, I expected at least one goal.
Yeah, you expected these teams, both of them have high-scoring, powered offenses, but when it's a battle of the goaltenders in Bryce Walkarius and the newly acquired goaltender in Joe Ranger, you're going to expect this. You know, zeros on the board, 10-8 for the shots on goal in favor of the Leamington Flyers, as they had a lot of the puck possession in that second half of the first period. So the Nationals are, feeling it out right now with the new set of players that they have gotten from the trade deadline. So they will eventually, sooner rather than later, get that bond, find their chemistry, and eventually get back to their groove as they were in the first half of the season.
Yeah, with the new players coming in to both teams, it wasn't the crispest hockey we've seen. If we watched this game between these two teams a month ago, it's probably going to look a lot crisper, but with a lot of new faces in the lineup, a lot of new ways, you don't know how everybody skates, how they go, how they make their moves. It's a tough transition to find that out. But we did see a couple of highlights that I saw, at least. Weingard looked really good on the back end, and Joe Ranger came to play as he made some pretty solid saves.
Yes, and when you have those newly acquired divisions like Weingard, Weingard comes over from the Sarnia Legionnaires, so the Nationals know how he likes to play, and he certainly did a lot of his offensive maneuvers in that first period. We've seen him make a couple of nice moves right at the blue line to gain the puck entry and get a shot towards Bryce Walkarius. And then for Joe Ranger, OHL experience from the Sudbury Wolves and the Mississauga Steelheads, that certainly helps, and this is his first game here at the Western Fair, so he's having to get used to the bounces, the post potentially coming off the mooring. So Joe Ranger had a very good first period, and I like the way that he plays. He's up and he's down very quickly, moves very quick post to post, so certainly an impressive first period from Joe Ranger.
Yeah, especially because you have the different sides of the ice too. You're playing in the OHL, you have the NHL size ice. Now you're going to the Olympic size here at the Western Fair. It's a lot different because I know from what I've heard talking to other goaltenders, you go behind that net, there's that extra couple feet there. It's a big gap from what you're normally used to. So we've seen him come out of the net quite a few times tonight, handling the puck pretty well. So he's looked fairly solid. We got still 40 minutes to play here against a very tough team. We'll see if he can keep it up.
Absolutely. And a guy like Ranger, that icing call that ended up being back at center ice, that's one of those situations, right, where he comes out of the net and he has all this room to potentially play the puck, and he ended up not playing it on that scenario. But there was another one where he ended up going all the way to the boards to end up making a play. So certainly he will want to be very active at puck handling as a goaltender, but he'll want to be very careful. As we know, if you're a goaltender, your job is to tend the goal.
Absolutely. Can never forget those words. Now, the Nationals brought in a lot of new faces, but then to get a lot of those faces, a lot of old faces had to be heading out the door. Key places right there. Dylan Dundas, Carson Lloyd, and Aiden Berry, the big one for the Nationals. I know a lot of fans of the Nationals are sad to see these guys go, but it could be for the better. We're going to see what happens in the future. But it's a lot of space out from the Nationals lineup.
Yeah, and we talked about it off the air how the biggest piece out of those three was certainly Aiden Berry. We always call him Mr. Consistency here on Wednesday nights, and you can see why. That 9/11 save percentage, 16 wins. He's going to go down as one of the greatest London National goaltenders that we have seen in the last, compared to Zach Springer being probably the best, but Aiden Berry certainly one of the best London Nationals goaltenders. Dylan Dundas, he was a very good depth player for this team. He had 11 points in 34 games, and right heading into the Christmas break, we started to see him and Talon Palmer really step up in this Nationals lineup. And then for Carson Lloyd going to the Hamilton Kilty Bees, he was playing alongside Owen McGowan on that top deep pair. So certainly when you lose a guy who can play big minutes like Carson Lloyd, he will do very well in a Hamilton Kilty Bees organization that certainly wants to try to go and win a Sutherland Cup themselves.
So the understandable thing with the Carson Lloyd deal, though, is his rights were traded from the London Knights to the Hamilton Bulldogs. So makes perfect sense as to why that transaction happened. We'll have another chance to hear more about these trades going on in the second period, as we'll have London Nationals General Manager Tony Magdanelli on here. So we'll get a chance to talk to him, see what his thoughts are on what was going through his mind with these lineups as we get set here for our second period of action here on the London Bruin Co-op Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
born and raised in Musqueam First Nation territory by my mother, who spoke Hunkaminam to me. As a child, I ceased using my mother tongue, as to use any language other than English was considered not being Canadian, so I was told. The old people came to me in a dream and reminded me of who I am and where I come from. I have reawakened. My roots are strong, and I'm no longer a silent speaker. My language tells me where I'm from. It defines me and guides me to teach others to learn and understand our culture and traditions. A gift for those in the present and the unborn generations. What was lost is found. What was asleep has awakened. My blood is here, and I am complete. I have returned home.
It was my daughter's birthday. She was blowing out the candles on her cake when we heard coming from the TV. So we stopped and listened, and it helped us get to safety. That's why when I think of my daughter's birthday, because now she gets to keep having them.
For you. Yes. As you take a look here, we take a look at our Paul Duarte and Associates shots on goal after 20 minutes of play. Shots 10-8 in favor of the Leamington Flyers. They were 5-1 at the 10-minute mark for the Nationals. Leamington coming in strong in that second half of that first period. Take a look to next week's contest. Nationals welcome the third-place team in the Western Conference, the St. Mary's Lincolns, as things do not get any easier here for the Nationals in the new year. Will be a tough start to the season for the Nationals. And as always, that will be same time, same place here on Rogers TV next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, I know you're a big fan of this, Jeremy, is with the addition of Joe Ranger for the Nationals, coming from the OHL, he's wearing the OHL gear. He's wearing the Sudbury Wolves gear. It basically looks like none of the Nationals gear with the blue and white, but I know you have a thing for the OHL goalies wearing the OHL gear.
Oh, I certainly do. I mean, this started off with David Ozjanikov when he came from the Barrie Colts. He had the full-on Colts pants, pads, everything, helmet. Then, you know, obviously to now, it's now Joe Ranger. And when you're recently acquired from an OHL team, his mask, Sudbury Wolves. All goalie gear, the pads, the nice little, you can see a little bit of gray in there, but with the blue Nationals jersey, it works really well. The pads, the blocker, the glove, and even his pants has the Sudbury Wolves logo on it. It's certainly something I like to see, considering that you see these goaltenders play in the OHL or get their opportunity to play in the OHL, come down in the junior B, and to see them wearing their gear from the O, certainly something I love to see.
As we are back in action here in the second period, Weingart will turn it around, sends in the offensive zone. Sanity bounces that puck high in the air. Kept in again by Weingart. He takes a shot. That goes off a stick. Here come the Flyers the other way. 3-on-2. McPherson. Nice pass. Cross. Nice. Beautiful pickoff by Owen McGowan as the Nationals into the offensive zone. Back behind the net to Thompson. Thompson hangs onto it. Nice little move. Breaks into the slot. He takes a shot. That gets blocked on the way to the net. Turned around by Ryan McPherson. He puts it up the wall. Picked up now by Sanity. Sanity across the blue line. He's going to try to go out wide. Puts it out front. Just can't get it onto the stick for the shot by Milne. Ryan McPherson across the blue line. Tries to dish it off. Big shot on net. That one just goes wide. Trying to get a wrap around is Connor McPherson, but just held up right behind the net. Some solid work down low by Ludington. Over to O'Reilly. Sam O'Reilly, he takes a shot. That hits a leg. Now gets the rebound shot. That one goes right in the body of Bryce Walkarius. And he hangs on. Walkarius loses the puck there. Now finds it. Gets the whistle.
And again, Sam O'Reilly back into the lineup. He was shut down in the month of December due to a concussion, but he gets a shot on net there. His first was blocked, but he's able to get the secondary shot away and make a good save early on here in this period as a high stick has been called.
Offside right in the blue line. Cop shot, Jaci just couldn't hold the line in time, so we'll have to reset just outside the Flyer zone. Chard out there in the face-off dot against Piccolo. Chard wins the draw. Gets it back to Kopchak. Kopchak throws it right on net. And Carriers will just glove it down and hold on for the whistle.
And we talked about it off air, how both of these teams in tonight's game have done a good job of putting sticks in the lane, blocking shots. And, that certainly helps the goaltenders out, but also at the same time, it provides that screen in front of the net. So far, both teams, especially the Nationals, have been doing a good job of getting their bodies in front of the puck.
Shot from the blue line. That goes high and over the netting. And almost hits our cameraman, Gerald, behind the net. A new puck to be recovered. Another face-off in the Flyer zone. Line stays out on the ice. Face-off won by the Flyers, but hard pressure keeps the puck in. Another shot from the blue line. That one just flies wide. Kopchak unable to put it on target. Right along the half wall. Wood tries to put it back into the corner. Nationals still trying to find a way to get a hold of the puck. Does bounce out in neutral ice. Loddington, he'll pick it up. Over to Kopchak. Kopchak off the wall. Picked up by Wood. Wood banks into the offensive zone. Nagy tries to put it up the wall, tries to get it by a couple Nationals, gets stalled up right in the corner. Puck turned around, tries to bank it up the wall is Chard. He's battling for the puck, gets a hold of it down low, puts it out, tries to put it out front, that gets stopped. Taves tries to put it up, stolen again. Wood tries to get a toe drag in for a shot. Not as successful. LaRue tries to bring it in, can't handle the bouncing puck. Connolly will just put it up the wall. Nationals will collect it again. Brought back out O'Reilly across the blue line. Chard O'Reilly again takes a shot. That goes off a skate. Coming back the other way come the Flyers. LaRue, he'll just dump it back into the far corner. O'Villain down low. He gets a piece of it, tries to put it out front. Nice defensive play by the Nationals, denies the attempt. Palmer picks it up. He gets hit into the walls, gets some support. Lost it. Puck goes off the wall. Pace Roth will find it. He puts it on net. Tipped out front by Palmer. Held on to by Bowers. Ryland Bowers throws it behind the net. Picked up on the far side by Sigmund. Sigmund will just throw it down the length of the ice. That's going to go for icing. Will reset all the way back down in the Flyer zone once again.
And I like this line with Palmer and Bowers and Pace Roth. A guy like Bowers, he's the primary scorer on this line, and with guys like Pace Roth and Palmer, guys who can actually get the puck along the wall and try to center it towards a guy like Ryland Bowers, who hasn't seen much of the score sheet yet in 2023, but he will certainly find his scoring touch.
Absolutely. Would not be surprised if you see those guys get on the score sheet more as the season goes on. The kind of play works itself well for a playoff atmosphere. McGowan off the wall. Pace Roth just tips it, ends up going into the penalty box. So another face-off, this time in neutral ice.
And again, both teams making these stretch passes when they're getting out of their breakout. Not really doing much forechecking here so far in the second period, as again, both teams trying to make that stretch feed, trying to catch the other one's napping.
It's all brought out. Flyers win the face-off, try to bring it in. Intended for McPherson, just bounces over his stick. Sandy puts it behind the net. Connor McPherson on the far side. Tries to throw it to Ryan behind the net. Pressured down low by Weingard. McPherson brothers have seen a lot of that Weingard and McGowan pairing so far tonight. Anytime the two of them touch the ice, the Nationals respond with those two defenders. Puck quickly tipped out. That one goes, I believe, right into the netting. So another out-of-play puck. That's the third one in 4 whistles.
And another smart play there by McGowan, recognizing that he had an opportunity to try to hit the home run pass, and the Leamington Flyer defender knocked that one up and out of play, so a face-off comes just outside, or inside Leamington zone.
Battle for the puck behind the net. Bodies flailing everywhere, trying to get a hold of it. Does pop out in the corner. Sandy tries to put it up the wall over to Milne, but gets stolen off his stick, turned back around. Back to the blue line. Weingart over to McGowan. McGowan trying to find that open lane. Takes his shot. That one makes it through traffic. But ends up going right over the head of Walkarius. Now the puck will go to the open wing. Holmes will pick it up and carry it across the blue line. Drop pass to Connor McPherson. Cross ice pass, nobody there. Thompson will collect it and try to bring it back the other way for the Nationals. He'll just flip it in the offensive zone as his line goes off for a change. Quick counterattack coming the other way by the Flyers. Mayhe across the blue line, just dumps it out, batted out in midair by Ludington. McGowan can't get a hold of it. Sandham tries to, gets up to the blue line, but Mayhe keeps it in. Waiting, circling around behind the boards. Does come out, and be brought down the length of the ice. Mayhe collects it. Dishes it over to his defense partner. Now trying to come out with the puck. Nice reading by Ludington. Brings it across the blue line, takes a shot, loose puck. Ludington tries to put it on net with a rebound, but just hits the side of the net. Beautiful play, but the Nationals just couldn't get it to go. Brecky brings it across the blue line. Picked up now by Ryan. Ryan bounces it off the wall. He'll bring it in across the blue line. Takes his man into the corner. Picked up again by Brecky. Brecky floats it high in the air. Right back onto the stick of the Nationals defense. Conley, cross ice pass, gets the lead pass just offside. Lucas Chard would have been all alone.
And once again, a stretch pass by the Nationals just misses. We'll take a look at this play here as they work this way 3-on-2. A good shot misses wide, but it's that second one as the Nationals may have felt they had scored, but it hits just on the outside portion of the net. And a close call there as the shots are now tied up at 11 apiece as we are approaching the midway point of period number 2 as the Nationals have started to find their feet here in period number 2.
Ball back out. Grossi. He tries to send the puck right back into the National zone. Just picked off. Great work by Haggy. He takes a shot, puts it right on net. Carius makes another save. Shots now 13-11 in favor of the Nationals.
Yeah, and a good little rush there by Curtis Haggy. I mean, he doesn't tend to rush the puck that often, but he did a nice job there of gaining zone entry and then just throwing one onto the net. As you're taught at all levels of hockey that a shot on net is never a bad idea.
Hey, rebounds can happen. A goalie can misplay it. Anything can happen.
And it's one of London's keys, as we talked about in the keys to the game for the Nationals, which was getting the puck on the net. As if Walkarius allows the rebound right out in front, the Nationals would be able to score, as they were able to get 4 goals the last time these two teams faced off.
Brought back out, another shot on net, and quickly gloved down by Ranger.
And we'll see these Leamington Flyers in 2 more weeks, as next Wednesday, as you already mentioned, Kyle, that the St. Mary's Lincolns will come into town. And then the next following Wednesday, Leamington is right back in here. So the Nationals facing teams that are chasing them right behind them in the standings, as the Nationals currently sit with 53 points. Leamington Flyers, they've got 50. So 2 key points. Will the Nationals go increase their lead to 5 points, or will they only lead the Western Conference by just 1?
Right at the blue line. That one gets sent back in. Now batted back out to the neutral ice. Drop back down again across the blue line. Flyers trying to get something out front. Nobody in front of the net. Puck thrown to that front of the net area, but nobody there to make anything up. Pace Rock off to Weingard. Weingard just tips it in. Played right at the blue line. Pace Rock does a good job keeping it in, but it gets stolen off his stick and turned back around. Bosek across the blue line. Tries to get it over onto the stick of Covillan, but can't connect on the pass. Bowers gets blocked up from trying to get into the attacking zone. Flyers will exit their own zone. Gets past Mill. Turned back the other way quickly. Collected back in their own zone again. 12 minutes left here in the second period. Still 0-0 is your score. The battle of the goaltenders continues to be the story. Mosa back down into the corner. Down to McPherson. Oh, tries to throw it on net, just slides wide. Grossi can't quite find the pass. Picked up by Milne the other way. Here come the Nationals. Milne across the blue line. He takes a shot. That goes off a skate just over the net. Nationals bring it back out in the neutral zone. Ludington. Back to McGowan. McGowan tries to get a lead pass to Sandovi. That's picked off. Connor McPherson across the blue line. He walks in, turns back around to the top of the blue line. Stolen again, this time by McGowan. Over to Thompson. Thompson, lead pass over to Sandovi. Sandovi cycles back, tries to get it up to Milne. Right across the blue line, McGowan. Ludington tries to make something happen with it. Huge hit by Sandovi right behind the net. Takes his man down hard. Sandovi again with the puck. Puts it back out front. Kept it at the blue line. Walks in, takes a shot, this time by Kopchuk. Kept it again by Ludington. Ludington, nice little move. Holds the blue line. Tries to get a pass cross ice. That goes off a leg of both Connor McPherson and clears the zone. Nationals forced to back out and regroup. Holmes collects it, dumps it into the National zone. Kopchuk over to Ludington. Shots now 12 aside. Kopchuk across the blue line. He walks in. He tries to take a shot. That gets blocked. Ludington now. He has the puck. Back to the blue line. Chard. Cross ice. Walks in. Takes a shot. Just misses wide. Nationals doing a good job at making Walkarius move finally. O'Reilly rifles one from the blue line. Once again, can't connect on the net. Bracky, he'll move that puck out. Gets it up to the blue line, crosses out. Now over to Kopchuk. Kopchuk off the back wall to Ludington. Ludington banks it up the wall. Trying to clear the zone now. Gets the puck out to the neutral ice. Over to O'Reilly. Sam O'Reilly walks in, tries to get it around his man, overskates the puck. Piccolo will try to clear the zone. He can't. Good play by Wood to keep it in. Back on the stick of O'Reilly. Up to the blue line. Connolly. Back to O'Reilly again. O'Reilly pressured quickly. Ends up losing the puck. That one's cleared out by Sigmund. And we'll go down the length of the ice for an icing, so we'll come back down in the Leamington zone.
And again, the Nationals doing a good job of getting their physicality in as Sandovi lays the boom on that play, knocking his man off the puck, and the Nationals gain possession. And once again, you mentioned it, Kyle, how they're starting to get Bryce Walkarius to move around in his crease.
Icing waved off. Connolly will pick up the puck behind the Nationals net. Sends it up hard up the wall. Just gets up to Ryan. Ryan can't handle the pass. He'll bow for the puck down low. Gets a stick on it. Loses it now as the Flyers will try to bring it out. Trelli. He'll carry it out. Brings it into the offensive zone. Pressured down low by Connolly, as well as Hagee. Puts it up against the boards. Picked up, now bounced out to the neutral ice. Carson tries to get a reach for it. He can't get a stick on it. Sent back over to Connolly. Connolly, spin move, gets it up the wall. Onto the stick of Sandhin. Now back into the offensive zone for the Flyers. They try to take a shot on that. That hits us leg out front again. Hit thrown against the body. Back into the corner it goes. Grunder keeps the puck in for the Flyers. Try to get it back into the slot area. Stolen by the Nationals. And be sent back up the wall again. Foot race for the puck. Carson right on top of Taves. Now for the puck continues. Carson just can't get a stick on it. Two Flyers just able to out-muscle him. Puck does get to the front of the net. But can't go and get the shot off. Ryan McPherson, full head of steam, walks in, takes a shot. Ranger have to make his first tough save of the period.
Yeah, back and forth we go as both these teams using their speed, and you can see just why the Leamington Flyers do that as, again, McPherson throws this one right onto the net. Ranger able to stop that one right in the breadbasket as he hangs on. As once again, even though the shots are 13-12, not a lot of shots on the net by these two teams, but it's been a battle of the goaltenders as Ranger has done a good job so far in the London net, and the same can be said for Bryce Walkarius.
Absolutely, Jeremy. It's been a battle of the goaltenders, as that's been the story throughout this night. We knew Walkarius was going to come up and put up a good performance, as he does traditionally against the Nationals. And Ranger, on the other hand, does have the OHL experience, but is a question mark overall. Puck comes just over the blue line, offside.
And certainly when the Nationals, you no longer have Aiden Barry and Michael Emsley no longer on this team as well. So the Nationals now have a new number 1 and number 2 in between the pipes. So Ranger gets an opportunity to compete for a Western Conference title, but also a Sutherland Cup, something that he has not gotten the chance to do in his junior career.
Puck gets brought up back to the red line. Grossi sends it over. Flyers across the blue line, walk in, take a shot right off the helmet of Ranger, but makes the save. Weingart, rail on the wall, up to Pace Roth. Pace Roth waits, nice patient pass across the blue line. Here comes Palmer. Palmer walks in, tries to bring it out front. Gets a little bit of help, but can't quite get the shot off on net. Here come the Flyers back in the offensive zone. Nice hit thrown by the captain. Owen McGowan takes his man down. Another shot on net. That one just whistles wide. Kept in at the blue line by the Flyers. Cross-ice pass over to Bowers. Bowers lead pass intended for Pace Roth. Just bounces over his stick, or he could have had a home run chance. Coulter sends the puck into the offensive zone. Ranger comes out and plays it. Back to Weingart. Weingart up the wall. Pace Roth. Back in the middle. McGowan will take it and just throw it down in the offensive zone. Back at the red line. Nationals trying to get a hold of it. Ludington outpowered by Brecky as that puck goes into the offensive zone for the Flyers. Great defensive play by the Nationals forwards as they'll try to clear the zone. Chard battles for the puck along the boards, but the Flyers will send it back in the offensive zone. Ludington collects the puck, waits. Has to make a little bit of a spin move as he's trying to find an opening for him to move the puck. Ludington is going to go right through the middle. Nice work by Ludington. Gets it down low. Play out front. Loose puck and Wood just about gets a stick on it. But Walkarius has to make the tough save.
Yes, good saves on either end. We'll take a look at some of the work that Joe Ranger had. A little bit of a break away there. Once again, Ranger makes a save. A rebound does pop loose, but the Nationals get right on it. And then the physicality, once again, McGowan shows his physical side as he takes a hit and then gain control of the puck.
Puck comes up to the blue line, picked up now. I'm out the other way. Here on the Flyers, 2-on-1 possibility. Walks in, LaRue takes a shot. Nice blocker save by Ranger. Back to the blue line. Grossi hangs onto the puck. He takes a shot. That goes through traffic. Trying to find it down low as LaRue, but can't quite get a stick on it. Wood along the far boards. He gets pressure applied to him. Chard in there for support. Up to Heggie. Heggie, lead pass intended for Wood, just out of his reach. Turn back the other way, sent in the offensive zone. Ranger comes out to play the puck. Puck comes up. O'Reilly now. On the wall. Gives it up to Connolly. Lead pass for Chard. Chard across the blue line to Wood. Wood loses the puck. He just gets taken down to his knees. Grossi with the puck behind his own net. Chard applies some pressure. Gets it up to Ryan McPherson on the far side. Long pass for LaRue. LaRue across the blue line. Gets stopped up. Connolly can't handle the puck. Sent back down. Heggie will try to move the puck back out. Kept in by Connor McPherson. He'll just bank it down into the corner. Ryan McPherson gets a hold of it. Tries to get back to Connor. Connor tries to take a shot. That gets blocked O'Reilly will try to break the puck out. Over to Thompson. Thompson gets a hold of it, kicks across the right line, just throws it right on net while Carrius comes out and just hangs on. He waits for the whistle with the pressure from Milne coming in.
And while Carrius makes that glove stop, and again, here's the 2-on-1. As another shot, and Ranger fights that off at the blocker and directs it into the corner. As again, not a lot of shots on net, as again, these two teams figuring each other out.
Puck comes out the other way. Here come the Flyers. They'll break it down into the offensive zone. Drop pass. McPherson takes a shot. Beautiful glove save on a Windmill Wednesday. Thank you very much, Joe Ranger.
Yeah, Aiden Berry was never one to show the flair for the dramatic, but Joe Ranger, first game in with the Nationals, flashes a little Windmill Wednesday. And it's not like, you know, any big type of one, just a little snatch and, oh yeah, I might as well do it. And he must have watched our broadcast knowing that we haven't quite seen much of the Windmill Wednesday, but we appreciate you, Joe Ranger.
Another save by Ranger on the blocker this time. Ranger been on top of his game so far tonight. Milne down in the corner. He tries to play the puck out front. He gets hit off into the corner. Flyers recover, will turn it back the other way. Lead pass intended for Connor McPherson. He just lets it go. Connolly will play it down behind him. Over to McGowan. McGowan, lead pass for Thompson. Thompson deflects it high into the air, but he was a little too far on this side of the red line, so he'll go all the way down for an icing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that one. As Thompson knew as soon as he deflected it that it was going to still go for icing, as if he made it a couple more strides and he got across the center ice line, then he would have been okay with that deflection, but needed to skate a little further up ice as this game has stalled out a little bit. We haven't seen many great ace chances.
Another shot on net. That one just slides wide in front of the Nationals cage. Picked up by Mahey. Mahey over cross ice to Taves. Taves will bring it, send it into the offensive zone. Played down by Covillan in the corner. Shot on from a sharp angle. Ranger makes the save. Back up the blue line. That clears the zone. Picked up now by Sandovi. Sandovi's got one man to beat. Circles, waits for a teammate to come help him out. Ends up putting it off a body. Gets enough time to recover and sends it back into the corner. Ain't quite get enough help there by Carson. Bosev will bring it out. He takes a shot on net. Ranger makes yet again another save.
Yeah, Ranger being the busier of the two goaltenders in tonight's contest. And what I like that I've seen so far with Joe Ranger is he's not your traditional goaltender style. He's very 1990s NHL goaltender style, like almost like an Ed Belfour type of goaltender where he's very up and down, quick on his feet, and again, moves side to side very quickly. Not the way that most of the goaltenders in today's game plays, but whatever style works for Joe Ranger obviously has gotten him some progress so far.
Absolutely. Sent back up to the blue line. Flyers hold on to it. They'll send it back down low. Behind the net, picked up by Brecky. Brecky tries to get it out front. Stolen off his stick, though. Nationals will try to make a move. Lead pass intended for Carson. Just out of his reach. Well, Carriers puts it around the wall. Can't quite clear the zone. Now the puck will be picked up. Coming down, Van Summering. He takes the shot. Ranger makes the save. Loose puck just sitting right in front of Ranger's crease. But now, luckily, the Nationals defenders get there in time to clear the zone. To clear the danger. Kept in the offensive zone. Another pass. Cross over to the D. Van Summering leaves it for Brecky. Brecky loses the tire. Falls down the plate. Battle for the puck and Susan right in the corner. Top truck tries to get a hold of it. Trelli will try to be in there as well for the Flyers. Puck gets sent back down behind the Nationals' net. Puck will be picked up by Ludington. He'll put it up the wall. Kept in. Another shot on net. Ludington picks it up. Turns around. Ludington loses it in his feet. Just still manages to stay with the puck as the Nationals will bring it up. Ludington still holding on to the puck. Now into the offensive zone. Carson, backhand pass behind the net while Carries comes out to play it. Puck thrown out the wall. LaRue losing control of it. Bowers, he brings it in. Bowers takes a shot, puts it right on net. Well, Carries makes the save.
And a tough shot there by Rylan Bowers as he held that for a long time on that toe drag move. He waited long enough to try to fool Walkarius, but Walkarius did not bite at all as he's able to make the pad save and cover up. No rebound available as there is 46 seconds to go here in the second period.
Face-off won by the Flyers. They'll try to bring it out. Holmes across the red line. He'll bring it to the offensive zone. Nice cross-ice pass. Back over to Holmes. Just can't reach him. Another shot. That one just goes through the crease. Kept in Ray at the blue line and sent down by Sigmund. On net. Another save by Ranger. Heggie banks it off the wall. Sigmund keeps it in again. Connor McPherson tries to get it onto the stick of Ryan, but can't. Nationals trying to bring it back the other way. Sanavy overskates it. Connolly doesn't. Connolly walks in. Nice pass, cross ice over to Hagee. He couldn't handle it. Milne, Ray the blue line. He tries to keep it in. Partial break here. McPherson battles for it. Beautiful defensive play down low as the period expires. No penalty on the play. As the Flyers try to call for something, but will get none of it as we will head to a second intermission. Still tied 0-0 here on the London Brewing Co-op Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
I don't care what the law is. I will never be a slave. That word, I hate it. It rests on my tongue like rot.
Peter, how does it feel to get paid for your work?
There are rumors freedom's coming for us all.
Freedom, you know that's all I want.
Chloe, careful. Vrooman would rather sell you across the river to America than let you go free.
Then I'll run.
I've run before. Maybe this time for good.
No! Just get her into a boat. No!
Chloe! Chloe, no!
Word of Chloe Cooley's resistance led to Canada's first legislation limiting slavery. After 200 years, slavery was abolished in Canada in 1834.
I did it.
I need it.
The hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, everybody, and we will be right back with an interview with the London Nationals general manager Tony Mandanelli right after this.
Heartbeat of Mother Earth, I feel you and embrace your warmth. I see you dancing through the trees. Your song floats on the summer breeze. Community, we come together. We are the voice of our ancestors. Thankful for how much you bless us. Feel the thunder in the drum. All our voices sing as one. Feel the power, feel the pride. Feel the drumbeat deep inside. Feel the boom, feel the bass. Let's let go of time and space. It'll make you dance, it'll make you sing. Ode Wegun, Wedok Wishin. The drum will lead you, take you far. Always remember who you are.
London Brewing Co-op Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV. After 40 minutes of play, the Nationals and the Flyers are tied at 0-0. And joining me now is General Manager of the London Nationals, Tony Magdanelli. Now, Tony, big trade deadline for the Nationals here. A lot of movement going on. One of the big people who we saw so far in this game has been Joe Ranger. Has been fantastic so far for the Nationals. Getting him in between the pipes. What happened in bringing him into the Nationals organization?
Well, that started up on Sunday. Actually, we spent the whole day going through, and we got a call from his agent saying he wanted to come down to London, and I just kind of fell in our lap. It's a huge acquisition for us, right? I mean, goaltending's big in this league, and you got to start from the back. So.
We got a lot of OHL experience.
Yeah.
Is that going to play a big factor in you guys making another run at a Sutherland Cup?
Well, we're hoping to, right? And you get some when you get a backstop like that. I mean, that's huge, right? And we upgraded our back end as well. That's a huge addition and stuff. So yeah, that's where we start, right? So.
Absolutely. Looking at the couple of guys that you did bring on the back end as well, a familiar face with a lot of people who watch the Nationals is Weingard coming in from the Sarnia Legionnaires. What was the process of bringing him in?
Well, Tanner, he was playing for Sarnia. He's a Windsor draft pick. We worked out a deal with Sarnia, and we were just happy to get him here. I mean, like 6'6". I mean, how do you go wrong with something like that? Great skill, right? So, I mean, he may be a one and out, right? Because, Sarnia, Windsor will probably take him back in, depending on how they go. They're running for a Mem Cup right now. Yeah. And so he could be one of the guys coming back in next season.
Yeah, be a big help. We've seen a lot from the Nationals defense as well, because just before the trade deadline, you bring in Connolly as well, really adding a lot of size to the blue line. Is that what you're really trying to go for?
Yeah, well, you're trying to bulk up, right? When you're huge on the back end, you play heavy, it helps out. And, bringing in Isaiah Ludington, too, who's got, he's got quick feet and can move the puck real well. Quarterbacks the power play real well, so yeah, it's great having something like that as well.
What we've seen out of Ludington a lot so far tonight, he's a very slick skater, really brings another dimension to the Nationals blue line. And you mentioned bulking up. It's going to be a tough thing, because that's the way Leamington plays a lot as well, and you guys probably expect to see them sometime down the road in the playoffs.
Well, we're hoping so. I mean, LaSalle as well, like they're a big. They got some big boys there. They play heavy, and we got to try and match that and make sure that we can contend with the big boys, right? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And on the forward end of the spectrum, bringing in Tanner Ryan and then Lucas Carson as well. What was the process of bringing those two in?
Well, Tanner Ryan, he's a draft pick with the Niagara Ice Dogs. He was playing for Stratford. He's a big boy, right? He's thick. We want somebody who can run the wall real well. We brought him in to hopefully chip in a few goals and that kind of stuff. So just create some havoc out there. Lucas Carson, he led the entire PGHL in scoring. He's got to get his feet wet here, get himself accustomed to the speed. It's a little bit quicker, a little bit faster here compared to the PGHL. And, we see some good things out of him. Like he scored in his first game, which was huge. But, so we're looking forward to him.
Yeah. Now, going down the stretch, do you have any expectations from some of the guys who you want to see step up coming down in the stretch run here?
Well, we always want to try and get our second and third line chipping in some goals, helping out Chardy and Bootsy and Woody, that kind of stuff. But hopefully, we can get a little bit deeper in that part. We're still working on a couple of other things right now that hopefully come through, and then I think that'll help us out in the front end as well.
Big impact getting Sam O'Reilly back in the lineup as well for the last couple of weeks now. Make a difference out there as well.
Sammy's a nice draft pick, And I mean, like, he put up a ton of points for us, and he wasn't healthy there for a little bit, but other than that, now he's come back now. His first game back with us, so he's got to get again into game shape, and he should be fine. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Tony.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, thanks.
And we'll be back with more of the Nationals and the Flyers back here on the London Brewing Club Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV. Thanks very much, Tony. Have a good day.
My dad was a railway porter. It was just about the only job a black man could get. But he had big plans for us. Music would be our ticket out of poverty. I knew we couldn't afford that piano, so I practiced twice as hard.
Nice, Daisy. Okay, Oscar, let's hear it.
Turns out, I wasn't half bad. Then I found jazz, or it found me. It wasn't all easy, though. I faced a lot of hate. But I found my stage. They call me the man with 4 hands. Well, I don't know about that, but let's see how far this ticket takes me.
From Montreal to Carnegie Hall and far beyond, Oscar Peterson became one of the most recorded and celebrated jazz musicians of all time.
Online betting is booming. Booyah! Woo! Oh yeah! You could win big!
But you could also lose. There is risk with online gambling, and that's a reality nobody's shouting about. Learn about safer play at knowtherisks.ca.
Welcome back to London Bruin Club Nationals Hockey here on Rogers TV. After 20 minutes of play, it's still 0-0. Once again, just thank you to Tony for joining us on the broadcast just a few moments ago. And looking through this contest tonight, our scoring summary after 40 minutes of play still stands at that 0-0. Not too much going on in this game so far. A lot of back and forth teams exchanging chances. The goaltending duel continues to be the story here. Shots 22-14 in favor of the Flyers as once again we saw almost identical to what happened in the first period. Nationals control the first bit of the period. Flyers dominate the second half. It was more of the same here. That's very unnatural for the Nationals. They really need to try to get something changing here in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're a fan of offense, well, we haven't quite had that here in tonight's contest like we normally do here at the Western Fair. We normally see the Nationals and the Leamington Flyers put up lots of goals, goal scoring being at a premium this year, goal scoring up. But in tonight's contest, we haven't really seen the puck go into the back of the net. We haven't even seen a penalty yet in tonight's contest, and it's been physical from both sides. So certainly this game has been what you maybe call a quote-unquote snooze fest so far, but we're looking forward to maybe seeing if these teams can put the puck in the back of the net in period number 3.
Both goalies are doing fantastic jobs, staying well in their creases, stopping everything coming their way. But both teams there has been opportunities for penalties. The refs are letting the game go. They're letting them play because it's not getting out of hand. We're not seeing those extracurriculars happening after the whistles. So it's a lot of just the refs are saying, hey, these are two really competitive teams, really trying to go out their all tonight. And that's what we're seeing a lot on the ice. Now, one player who I wanted to point out who I was very impressed with in that second period was Isaiah Ludington, one of the newcomers for the Nationals. I mentioned a lot when Carson Lloyd was with the Nationals. His footwork, his edge work was very fantastic. It was the best aspect of his game. I'm seeing a very similar work here with Ludington as well, doing another similar job. Very slim guy out there on the ice, but able to just work his way through the traffic pretty well.
And he's very evasive when he has control of the puck, and that's something that we saw with Carson Lloyd as well. I mean, Ludington, they brought him on to add a little offense to that decor, so certainly you expect him to try to get onto the score sheet in tonight's contest, but also provide those big key minutes for the Nationals this season.
No, what we talked about during my interview with Tony was the Nationals really wanted to try to bulk up on the back end, for the anticipation of playing against the Leamington Flyers and the LaSalle Vipers in the playoffs. And we're seeing the fruits of that as Connolly and Weingard have both been very solid on that back end, and very, very big bodies back there, both towering well over 6'3".
Yeah, and size matters, especially on the defensive side of the puck. When you're going into a postseason run, all of a sudden the series gets physical as you reach the 3rd, 4th, and then the extra 5th, 6th, and 7th game where the physicality really matters. And for the Nationals, they didn't quite exactly have that before the trade deadline, and that's what they decided to go out and get guys that can provide that grit into the lineup. So certainly something that you're going to look forward to seeing here as we progress here in the regular season.
Absolutely, and he's still looking for a couple of the guys on the bottom groups to try to step up, get those extra points out there. Did hint at that he wasn't quite done. He had a couple other ideas down the road. Be very interested to see what he was implying with that as we go forward through. Now, where the Nationals stand right now, sitting first place in the Western Conference, it is a very tight race for that top seed and that number 1 placing in the Western Conference. You have London in first, followed closely behind by the Leamington Flyers, and the same St. Mary's Lincoln's right behind them. And LaSalle, who had a disastrous first 15, 20 games of the season, have done a fantastic job turning it around and are now sitting comfortably in 4th place and have a chance to jump to the 3rd.
Yeah, just crazy how, like, at the beginning of the season, it was London and St. Mary's, and we always said, you know, don't count out the Leamington Flyers. They're always going to climb at the end of the year. They're always going to compete for that #1 seed. And again, 2 key points on the line here tonight. If London can hang on to try to win this game, they'll be 5 points clear of the Leamington Flyers. But if Leamington wins this contest, 1 point back, and they're going to be back in here in 2 weeks. So certainly a revenge game will be on the mind for both of these clubs. But another surprise as well has been the Strathroy Rockets down in the #5 position as well. A team that has stayed in their position in the standings, even though they could potentially move up if they can get onto a beater on a winning streak. But otherwise, certainly going to be key for the Western Conference and the London Nationals to try to maintain first spot.
Looking right now, the playoffs do start today. London Nationals will be taking on the Sarnia Legionnaires. Sarnia is in a rut right now. Losers of 16 straight games. They are looking to change their fortunes around. On the other end of that market, the Leamington Flyers, right behind the Nationals, are undefeated in their last 10. So they are the hottest team in the Western Conference right now. So tough work set out for the Nationals going forward here. As we said, Leamington tonight. Coming back here next week, St. Mary's. Week after that, Leamington again. If the Nationals can come away with maybe 2 wins, maybe all 3, that'll solidify their first place chance here in the Western Conference.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, as the season progresses here, as we're past the midway point, you know, maybe still a few more moves for the Nationals, but not from the trade deadline. The roster is set that way, so certainly it'll be interesting to see what the Nationals want to try to maybe add heading into the postseason, but it's going to be fun when we get down into the spring playoffs.
Absolutely. Now, going back to this contest tonight between the Flyers and the Nationals, both goaltenders standing tall, brick walls between them. What do both teams need to do to try to get around those walls?
They need to get to the front of the net. We haven't really seen too many guys get towards the front of the net, Kyle, and hasn't really resulted in any grade A scoring chances. While Carius and Ranger have been pretty simple in their rebound control, they've had to just basically make the save and nothing really having to worry too much from it. So both teams, I expect, try to maybe crash the net, and that one garbage goal could be the one to win it here tonight.
Absolutely. A few chances on both sides, but neither team able to break the deadlock so far tonight. We will see who can finally break through as we get set for our final 20 minutes of action here on the Lundy Brewing Co-op Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
I'm a singer-songwriter from Six Nations, and I've been writing songs about my experience, and with that being said, it's helped me hold hope in my heart in following my dreams and being resilient to everyday Indigenous battles. Competition between spirit, earth, and wind, let me tell you now. This song in particular, The Shiner, is a special song that I wrote for my grandfather. He was a snow snake maker, and that is a Haudenosaunee winter sport. It's my job to educate and to share, and the music allows me to do that. He'll be shining snow snakes and mud cats to the end of his days.
When an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. During the pandemic, all of our lives changed, and many of us turned to alcohol and drugs to cope. As life returns to normal, the increase in substance use from COVID has lingered, and some police services report an increase in impaired driving that caused heartbreak and devastation. Now, more than ever, we need your commitment to never drive impaired, and to encourage all of your family and friends to do the same. Together, we can save lives.
Leamington and Welcome back to the London Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV as we take a look at our Paul Duarte and Associates shots on goal after 40 minutes of play. 12-6 in the second period in favor of the Leamington Flyers. 22-14 is your total. And as we take a look to our next contest here on Rogers TV next Wednesday night, the Nationals welcome the St. Mary's Lincolns, one of their closest rivals, and have some fantastic games against so far this season. And as always, our third period is brought to you by Collins Clothiers. Taking a look here, Nationals bringing out the Thompson line with Sanofi and Milne, trying to figure out a way to get something past Bryce Walkarius. And on the back end, the Nationals' new look top line pairing defenseman in Weingard and Owen McGowan. Bryce Walkarius has been a problem for the Nationals all season long, as he is currently 3-0 against the Nationals so far this season. And he'd love to go 4-0 tonight, but that man right there in Joe Ranger looks to stop that streak and start one of his own. Brought back out across the blue line, quick shot on net. That one just goes high over the net by Sanofi. Back down low, Sanofi puts it out front, big chance. Can't quite get on the stick of Thompson. Back to the blue line, McGowan. He holds on, waits. Cross ice over to Weingard. Weingard, he takes a shot. Gets close to the net, but I don't think it got on target. Thompson down low, bows for the puck. Nationals coming out with a full head of steam to start this period. Puck comes up, just clears the zone. Weingard backs off, gives it over to McGowan on the far side. McGowan lobs it into the far corner. Puck gets picked up. Flyers trying to regroup and settle the puck down. Quick, aggressive play by Lucas Chard. Sends the puck into the corner. Another hit, this time by O'Reilly. O'Reilly, drop pass for Wood. Wood, pass, gets blocked. Another puck comes out. Here comes McPherson, across the red line. He's going to dump it down into the offensive zone. Ranger comes out to play it. Over to Wood. Wood, nice little pass right in the middle to Connolly. Over to O'Reilly. Now over to McGowan. McGowan back to O'Reilly. Sam O'Reilly across the blue line. Has a chance, takes a shot, rebound, tries to get it to Wood. But great defensive play down low by Taves to stop the chance. Bounce back off the back wall. Just goes right off and then grabbed onto and held on by Ranger. As I believe that post comes off its boards.
Good opportunity there by the Nationals as O'Reilly uses his speed as he got across the blue line and he got a good shot away. And the rebound popped loose, but unfortunately for the Nationals, they weren't able to get a stick on it. As once again, active sticks by both clubs are the reason why this game still remains deadlocked at zeros, as the shots on goal clock reach 22-16 in favor of the Flyers.
Drop back out, take shot on net, that gets blocked. Chard gets the puck and he'll bring it out for the Nationals. Lucas Chard across the blue line, just lobs it right into the middle. Nobody there to pick it up. Puck brought out and brought back the other way by Brecky. Pending offside, Piccolo has to go back off and regroup. Kopchuk. Drop pass for O'Reilly. O'Reilly stops up, now comes into on the attack. Tries to break his way through four Flyers, ends up putting it right onto the glove of Bryce Walkarius, and the whistle was blown.
Yeah, the Leamington Flyers did not like the fact that O'Reilly, when he drove the net, was still poking around for a loose puck, and a bit of an awkward play there by Walkarius. He put his stick out to bring it into his glove and hang on to it, as O'Reilly was just trying to make that poke and try and knock the puck away from Walkarius. But Walkarius was able to hang on for the save.
Face-off scrubbed, ends up going to the Flyers. We brought the wall by Grossi. Picked up. Ludington. Cross ice. Lead pass over to Bowers. Bowers throws it over to an open wing. Pace Rock tries to bat it into the middle. Bouncing puck. The Flyers will bring it in the offensive zone. Ranger comes out, plays it up to the blue line. Shot on net, that gets blocked. Pace Rock banks it off the wall. Down and around, put up the half wall. Flyers will try to bring it out. Get a bit of speed going, a couple of nice crisp passes, but that one just a little too far in front of its intended target, and will go for an icing.
Yeah, and once again, that Bowers line, when they get on the forecheck, they do a really good job of turning the puck over, as Lucas Charter's done a good job as well tonight getting his stick in the active lane. And so now Bowers is out there with Palmer and Paceroth as these guys try to get on the board for the Nationals.
Paceroth down in the corner. Tries to bat it around, tries to get it back to Palmer. Palmer gets pinched along the boards. Two Flyers trying to pinch and poke away at the puck. Palmer does come away with it, gets it back to Paceroth. Paceroth walks up the wall with it, gets it to the blue line, but Latrelli, just hard work, gets it out. Brought back out, right in a big hit thrown by Hagee. Nice and clean at that. Curtis Hagee brings it out, lead pass, that one intended for Paceroth, just out of his reach, and will be brought down on icing.
Well, we talked about how the Nationals defense wanted to bring in their physicality. And Curtis Hagee does this on the regular. He steps into his man, shoulder to shoulder, takes his man out, and gains possession of the puck. That's certainly what the London Nationals want to do, especially as we close out the regular season and go into the playoffs, is be able to knock your man off the puck and gain puck possession.
You can tell, though, on that hit as well, Hagee took his time and looked where his man was, made sure he got him in the shoulder, because that was a very easy place where he could have got him in the head even. And for a game that no team has had a power play opportunity yet, it could be first power play wins at this point. Paceroth tries to clear the zone. That one goes off a skate. Now we'll clear the zone. Nationals getting a line change. Pass over to Ryan McPherson. He tries to dish it to Connor McPherson, but just can't get it on his stick. Now to Holmes. Holmes makes a move. Thompson blows a tire, trying to get a hold of him. And Holmes just makes his way through the entire National lineup and brings it down low, puts it out front. Ranger makes a save and pushes it right back to McGowan. McGowan up the wall. Here come the Nationals. Breaking in, Sandovi. Waits, puts it over to Thompson, right at the blue line. Thompson takes a shot. Waltrarius makes the save. Reads that one the whole way and holds on with the glove.
That good little offensive rush there by the Nationals, as I felt they might have had an opportunity down low to McGowan, but they instead send it back up to the top of the blue line where Thompson's able to get that in his release, gets right onto Walkarius as he makes the easy glove stop. And Walkarius, we've seen it quite often here at the Western Fair. He's a very talkative goaltender, likes to communicate to his players.
Most likely going to be a greasy one that ends up beating these goaltenders as another close play. I don't think Walkarius saw that puck until the last second. It's going to take some work for either team to beat the opposing goaltender tonight. Weingart up the wall, gets it to Wood. Wood, backhand play, goes into the far corner. Played up to the blue line, kept in by Weingart. Weingart puts it down low, tipped out front. That one just goes over the head of Walkarius. O'Reilly tries to play it down to the corner. Tries to circle back. Holter maybe will move the puck out. Gets it into the offensive zone. McGowan will play it. He gets hit hard into the boards. Wood will collect the puck. Wood drops it for Chard. Chard brings it across the blue line. He waits, tries to find a pass. Over and over. Tries to get to Weingart, but just can't get it to go. McGowan now. He's got an opportunity. He's going to carry it in himself. McGowan drop for Chard. Chard waiting, nobody there. It's 3-on-4 as they're missing players from both teams. McGowan circles back. He's just going to bounce into the offensive zone as he goes off for a change. Flyers up the wall. And Silverman loses the puck. Palmer, he walks in. He takes a shot. That goes off the blocker of Walkarius. Puck goes down all the way the length of the ice for another icing.
And the Nationals are starting to take my advice a little bit, which is just start throwing the puck onto Walkarius, where you see teams with their systems now in today's game where they try to find that open man in the offensive zone to just try to get one onto the net and try to get a quality shot, where at this point now in the game where it's been a goaltender's battle all night long, these two teams just need to throw pucks at the net at will to try to see if one can just get by the goaltender.
Trying to take a shot on net is Ludington, but that gets blocked. Ludington, nice work to pick the pass off. Sends the Nationals in the offensive zone. Palmer, cross-ice pass intended for Paceroth. That gets stopped. Ludington does a good job to keep it in the offensive zone. Puck bounced off the back wall. Here come the Flyers. Piccolo over to Van Summeren. Van Summeren back to Piccolo. He actually just deflected and just goes in front of the net. Bouncing puck goes high in the air. Brought back out over the blue line. Pace Rock will bring it in. But it will just go offside as they were just a little bit too far ahead of the play.
13:26 to go in period number 3. You mentioned how the Leamington Flyers are on a 9-game unbeaten streak, so certainly the Nationals will want to try to break that streak as they had a loss last weekend as well. So Nationals looking to rebound and try to get a W here for the home fans.
Face-off cleanly won by Latorelli. Puck we sent back out in the National zone. Bouncing puck just gets by Grunder. Now over to Chard. Chard, beautiful cross-ice pass onto the stick of O'Reilly. O'Reilly halts up, waits. That gets picked up. Breakaway opportunity coming here for the Flyers. Walked in. Grunder takes a shot. Beautiful save by Ranger, robbing him of the best chance of the night.
Well, good active stick there by the Leamington Flyers, and it turns into the best chance of the game as Grudner walks in and he shoots, trying to go low glove side on Rangers. He reads it all the way, makes a stop, aggressive in his crease, no rebound available. The biggest save of the night for the Nationals and for Joe Ranger.
The other difficult thing now that I did not think about earlier in the game is a lot of players in the GOHL have at least seen most of these goalies before. Ranger coming right from the OHL. Don't really, so recently, the Flyers probably didn't have much time to prep for him in between the pipes. Can't get used to a goalie's tendencies when you don't get a chance to see them. Puck comes out, nice aggressive play by Bowers. Throws just a blind pass right to the middle of the ice. Nobody there to pick it up. Flyers will bring it across the blue line. Latrelli, he tries to break down through the Nationals defense. The entire Flyers lineup goes off for a change. Left Latrelli alone. Bowers tries to get it, gets stolen off his stick. Mayhe picks it up. Over to Taves. Back to Heggie. Heggie over to Connolly. Connolly over to Heggie again, who tries to bank it out of the zone. Backhand attempt by Sanavy gets blocked. Now gets out. Ryan loses the puck. Taves brings it right back in. Taves down low. Connor McPherson collects the puck. He gets just hammered into the boards by Connolly. And the Nationals try to clear the zone. Ryan McPherson does a great job holding the line. He gets a hit taken by him by Sanavy this time. Walking another shot. Beautiful glove save again by Ranger.
Yeah, the Nationals get hemmed in in their own zone, and the Leamington Flyers do a good job of keeping it in at the blue line and then throwing one on towards Joe Ranger, and he's able to hang on. And to add to your point, Kyle, about not really seeing Joe Ranger a lot, but another point to it is that being in the OHL, there's lots of film out there for these guys to maybe see a potential weak spot in Rangers' game.
There is, but as I said, though, short notice. Not enough time to get said film. Play down low. Van Summeren. He gets pinned along the boards. Nationals will pick it up. Chard gets hit along the boards by Van Summeren. Nice cross-ice pass over to Weingard. Weingard tries to get it back to Wood. Stolen by Brecky. Over to Taves. Taves up to Piccolo. Piccolo pressured by Woods. Van Summeren, he can't handle the puck. Turned around by O'Reilly, quickly lost and sent back into the National zone. Ranger comes out to play it. Banks it off the wall. He gets stopped up right at the hash marks. Good determination by Kopchak to try to get the puck out. A little help from Wood, and Chard does the deed. Across the blue line, O'Reilly just gets hauled up as two Flyers all over top of him. Chard bow for the puck, tried to get it onto the stick of Wood. Fight for the puck ensues down in the corner. Wood does a great job coming away with it. Shot on net by O'Reilly, just slides wide. Ludington tries to keep it in, but it just pops up and goes down the length of the ice. Flyers going off for a change, as do the Nationals. Bouncing puck as O'Reilly can't handle it. Brought in across the blue line, come the Flyers, quickly turn back the other way. Cross-ice pass intended for O'Reilly, but O'Reilly exhausted. Has to get off the ice. It'll be a high stick on the play.
Okay, face-off comes inside.
And we'll go all the way into the Flyers zone.
Yeah, Leamington coaching staff's not quite happy with the fact that that play will come inside, but the high stick happened right in the neutral zone, so the face-off does come inside. And each face-off as this third period goes along gets more important for the Nationals and for the Flyers, but a big draw here for Logan Paceroth to see if he can win it.
Time 10-10 left here in the third period. Shots 26-19 in favor of the Leamington Flyers. Still zeros on the board for both sides. And neither team has been able to crack the opposing goaltender. Brought back out Sig. Can't quite hold on to it. Sent back out into the National zone. Trying to jump on top of the puck is Bowers, but just can't get around his man. Brought back out to the red line and dumped in by Grossi. Into the corner. Battle for the puck continues. Nationals try to get it out. Sent back into the corner again. Connolly will collect it. Sends it cross ice right in the middle, and that one just offside as it gets to the blue line right as Connor McPherson picks it up, and he had a straight shot towards the net.
Yeah. Right at the line, it just comes out. Like you mentioned, Connor McPherson had blazing speed trying to catch the Nationals off guard, but the linesman with the golden eye, seeing that that puck did come out, and calls the offside.
Clark tries to hit the pass for Ryan McPherson, just goes through his legs, and they go for icing. All the way down to the Nationals in the Flyers zone.
And once again, we can't stress enough that there's two key points on the line here in tonight's contest, where if Leamington wins this game, they sit one back of the Nationals for first in the West. And if London can win this, they will be 5 points up on the Leamington Flyers. And this game has once again gotten to a bit of a stop and go here, as we've had a lot of whistles here in this midway stretch, which we've seen in period number 2 and period number 1 as well.
It's got that playoff atmosphere to it, Jeremy, and both teams don't want to be the one who blinks first. And that's the real judging of how well these two teams are playing, is they just want the other team to make that mistake. Sanavy holds on to the puck. Nice little move, gets it out front, tries to get it right onto the stick of Milne, but just gets tipped at the last second. Brought back out Weingart. He tries to hold the line and does so. Thompson tries to get it backhand. Thompson again. Hold on. Backhand over to Milne. Milne just can't get the shot on net. Hagee back at the blue line. Cross-ice pass over to Weingart. Weingart takes a shot. That one just whips wide. Connor McPherson. Lee tries to get it out. Kept in again by Sanavy. National doing a great job at holding the line. Finally gets a shot on net. And Walkarius makes the glove save.
And Walkarius has a little bit of a love tap in front of Sanavy as Sanavy was lurking around. I talked about how Walkarius is a very vocal goaltender, and he's had to be sharp here as the Flyers have been caught on the icing a few times. But again, good communication by Bryce Walkarius, which is one of the reasons why he was named the GOJHL Goaltender of the Week last week, for not only his play but also being a leader in that Leamington dressing room.
Absolutely, as the puck comes down now. Played behind the net, O'Reilly will just bank it around, intended for Chard, but the bouncing puck does end up back on the stick of the Nationals. Wood, over to Chard. Chard makes a move to get that, gets past Brecky. He'll bring it into the offensive zone. Lucas Chard tries to take a shot, that gets blocked. Puck comes, clears his own. Kochuk will collect it. He'll send it back in the offensive zone. Nationals back in on the attack. Puck gets sent around by Taves. Mahey on the far side. Bouncing puck just out of the reach of the Nationals. Falls down into the corner. Flyers trying to get a pass right out front. Piccolo's attempt just gets stopped. Van Someren Collects the puck down in the corner. He gets hit. Collected again, back to the blue line. Sigmund, cross ice. Mayhe, he takes a shot. Bouncing puck. Ranger tried to jump up for it. Doesn't quite get to him in time. Hop shot. Cross ice pass. Nationals just a little too nonchalant with the puck. Almost turned it over. Coulter down low, ends up on the stick of the Nationals. Coulter again gets a hold of the puck. Dishes it off. Tries to get a shot over by Bosev. Doesn't quite get on net. Sigmund by the blue line. He takes a shot. That goes on net. Ranger makes the save. Ryan walks up the wall, puts it and just floats it in, while Carey's just going to hold on as Palmer comes in. See, our first bit of extracurriculars really starting to here. As not too surprising as Talon Palmer's right in the middle of it.
And our first real scrum of the contest, as we're going to see coincidentals on the play here, as Palmer was in trashing the net and the Flyers didn't appreciate that, but nonetheless, these penalties are going to offset, and we're going to have 2 minutes for roughing on both sides. So I believe and we're still going to see 5-on-5 in this situation. So even though there's two guys sitting in the box, still no official penalties yet, no power plays for both sides, as we're still going to be 5-on-5, even though there is coincidental penalties here.
So Grossi taking the penalty for the Flyers, and then Palmer for the Nationals. So as you said, though, Jeremy still stays at 5-on-5. So despite seeing our first penalties on the night, still no power plays. Latrelli brings it across the blue line. In with Weingart. Back to the blue line. Kept in. Another pass down low. Latrelli gets it out front. Loose puck. Rebound chance. Ranger makes the first save. Still loose puck. Ranger again. Robs him again and still holds on and makes the save. Calm, cool, and collected between the pipes as the Nationals netminder, and keeps that puck out.
Just the experience of Ranger in these types of scenarios is why the Nationals went out and got him. There's the first one. There's two. There's 3, 4. I mean, just save after save in tight. And Ranger doesn't get too panicked at all. He just stays right in his position, makes the stop, gets the whistle, as the shots now read 31-20 in favor of the Leamington Flyers.
You see on the bench there is Latrelli seems to be down on the Flyers bench. I heard after the last play, we have to keep an eye on him to see if he's back in action soon. Battle for the puck down low. Weingart takes his man into the corner. Both McPherson's trying to battle for the puck. Thompson's going to come away with it. He gets pressured again. Connor McPherson tries to get it on. Kept in by Clark. Linesman almost takes a stick in the face of the hit from Thompson. But Thompson will collect the puck and try to bring it out. Nice cross-ice pass, gets it over to Milne. Milne can't do anything with it. Milne trips up his man. No call as the Flyers looking for something. Rebound chance out front. Huge save again by Ranger. Joe Ranger just being the absolute savior for the Nationals tonight.
Yeah, a bit of a broken play, and then a shot that gets stopped off the glove, deflects down in between Ranger. And he did not know where that puck was at all on that save. He just basically threw his body in front of that puck, hoping that he gets a piece. And he got more than a piece. He got all of it and makes a huge save, keeping the Nationals even at 0 goals apiece.
Walkarius, he comes out to play the puck. Sends it behind his own net. I bring it out. Brecky, he loses control of it. Chard, hard work, gets a hold of it. Chard walks out, takes the shot while Carey's has to make the save. We've seen that play before. Lucas Chard, just very dynamic when he comes out from behind the net and works his way to the front.
When you give Lucas Chard this much open ice, he's going to take it. And he goes around the defense, trying to get a shot, trying to beat Walkarius 5-ball. But once again, Walkarius reads that fact that Chard's coming up, and he gets that shot away. But again, good stop by Walkarius, as he had to be come up big on that one, as well as Chard gets knocked out of the draw, and Riley Wood takes it.
A face-off win, a quick shot on net. Walkarius will hang on. 5:17 remaining here in the third period. Shots 32-21 in favor of the Flyers. Puck picked up now again by the Flyers. Try to clear the zone. Heggie does a good job holding the line. Sent behind him by Wood. Now over to Chard. Chard waits, tries to find a pass up the boards, quickly goes off a leg of a Flyers player. And they'll try to clear the zone. Nice hard work by O'Reilly. Almost does it, almost makes it not happen. Kopchuk comes in, sends it back from the offensive zone. Wood behind, puck does get cleared the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Heggie throws it hard around the boards. Picked up, brought out now by Chard. Chard across the blue line. He just gets hammered hard and taken down. Flyers will bring it back the other way. Coming across the blue line is Grunder. Heggie bounced it high in the air. Can't quite do anything with it. The player for the Flyers down hard right at the top of the circle. Another glove save, a beautiful one at that again by Ranger. Flyers looking for a call. As once again, one of their players taken down hard right at the top of the far circle. Nobody near, no player near him, no puck near him. But another great little bit of goaltending by Joe Ranger.
Yeah, another big stop there by Ranger as the Flyers did the same trick that Lucas Chard did, which is just come up to the top of the crease, and Ranger's able to make the save.
Face off scrum, but ends up going to the Flyers. Nationals jump quickly on top of it, and the puck gets sent down the length of the ice, just out of the reach of Braden Sanderby, and go for ice.
Well, I certainly know that, I know two of the three stars of the game when we get to it are certainly going to be the goaltenders in this matchup, as, you know, Joe Ranger has made 33 stops in his Nationals debut, and Bryce Walcarrier, 21 saves. He's had to be coming up tight too.
Pass set cross ice. Another shot on net. Ranger does a great job deflecting it right back into the netting and out of play.
And again, with Ranger making his Nationals debut, we talked about how, now it won't be his first time that he's ever played on Olympic ice surface, but playing in a junior game, certainly he hasn't had to do that yet, but he certainly is finding out the balances of the Westerns. They're able to make that pad save and deflect it up and out of play and get his team a whistle.
Face off down, won by the Nationals. Ludington picks it up. Nice cross pass over to Chard. Chard will try to drive it into the offensive zone. He gets stalled up right at the blue line. Connolly comes in to help out. Gets to the blue line, still hasn't cleared yet. Nationals try to clear it. Sanderby can't quite get it past his man. Ryan McPherson tries to get a cross pass intended for Holmes on the far side. Sanderby can't quite handle it. Holmes tries to put it back out front. Now back on the stick of the Nationals. Sanderby carries it out, gets it to the red line. Brings it in the offensive zone. Sanderby just walks in, puts it on net, just slides it wide. Up gets set off. Sanderby just exhausted on the end of a shift. Goes off for a change. Nationals regroup. Puck sent over to Palmer. Palmer across the blue line, just offside, as Ryan was a little stride too far ahead.
Yeah, once again, Ryan, he was coming in with a burst speed, trying to catch the Leamington Flyers off guard as we are approaching the final 3 minutes here in period number 3, as we are certainly in next goal wins territory.
Bouncing puck ends up going back into the stick of the Flyers as they'll try to bring it up the left wing side. Tipped in the offensive zone by Covilla. Weingart. He'll collect it down behind his own net. He gets pressured. Tries to move it off the board. Still pinned as the Flyers will try to come away with it. Weingart still battling for the puck. Now comes away with it. Stopped up. Now back on the stick of the Nationals. Kopchuk sends up the boards to Bowers. Bowers can't handle it. Does get a tip, so no icing on the play. Ryan, he'll pin it up. Tries to put it right out front as he had Palmer streaking towards the net. Puck bounced off the back of the net. Hard pressure on by Bowers. Puck being brought out. Sigmund, he'll just bring it out across the blue line. Covillan loses it. Stolen back by Palmer. Palmer trying to get a lead pass in front of Wood. Just a little too far ahead of him. Palmer will recover and send it back down in the offensive zone. 2 minutes left here in the third. Across the blue line, Brecky. He walks in, tries to take a shot. That gets blocked. Send it to the far corner. Piccolo can't handle it. Nationals collect the puck again. Chard throws it back out front. Could have been a dangerous pass if there was somebody there. Sent back around behind the net. Cross ice pass. Ends up back on the stick of Ludington. Brought back. Nice lead pass onto the stick of Piccolo. Piccolo has to cycle back. Doesn't like his options. Trying to break in the offensive zone. He'll drop the puck off. Nagy sends the lead pass. Intended for Piccolo. Piccolo will try to collect it. Just bounces over his blade. Does get it around. Van Sumer on the far side. Back into the top. Taves takes a shot. That gets tipped. Just bounces right beside Ranger. Back down low again. On the stick of Gomes. Thrown right out front. Goes through a bunch of traffic. Still can't get it on net. Taves will throw it behind the net again. Rangers still maintaining possession. The McPherson brothers touch the ice once again, and we'll see a whistle coming. Face-off will be in the national zone still. Flyers applying a ton of pressure here in the last minute of the game. Still 0-0. As you see the Flyers getting a little group huddle right before the whistle to try to figure out what the play is.
A bit of a lucky break there for the Nationals in clearing that puck. If that did not go to play, it would have been icing, and they would not have been able to get a change.
McPherson, quick shot, goes right on. Ranger makes the save. Long pass comes out. Milne trying to rush in. Not fast enough to get in front of his man. Throws a heavy hit and just for a receipt. Another big hit thrown this time by Thompson. Puck coming down the right wing side. Ryan McPherson brings it in. Push, force behind the net. McPherson pressured down low by Weingart. Connor McPherson picks it up. Now to Holmes. Back to the blue line. Shot goes on net. Loose puck down low. Connor McPherson in the corner. He'll try to pick it up. Back to the blue line. Just ends up going past his man. And that will clear the zone. Sigmund. Bounce pass off the wall. Just out of the reach of Ryan McPherson. And it will be going for an offside.
Yeah, and again, Leamington trying to make that stretch feed, and it did not work. So with 7.5 seconds to go, we'll see if the Nationals will try to do a quick set play here.
The intentional offside timeout being called.
Yeah, you've got
I'm not sure by which teams. I think both teams are motioning for it. So it will be the Flyers who get it. Even though the Nationals were also motioning for it. But I think both teams are quite happy hearing the timeout regardless.
Yeah, especially if you're the Nationals, as, again, 7.5 seconds left in this game as both teams' coaching staff will draw up the offensive and defensive scheme for the last 7.5 seconds to go. And both these goaltenders have played unbelievable in here tonight. Bryce Walkarius, what can you say about him? He's been really doing a great job for the Leamington Flyers. And then what a debut for Joe Ranger. I mean, he's been unbelievable in here tonight. As once again, 7.5 seconds to go. Next goal, if we get one, will be the winner. As, of course, there's always a potential tie, as if we are not able to solve this game in 60 minutes, a possibility for 3-on-3 overtime.
O'Reilly right at the top of the circle. They're going to try to do the same thing. Puck comes out. Tries to get onto the stick of O'Reilly. Is not going to do anything as the puck will come out. Holmes brings it in. 2 seconds left, and that will end the third period as we are heading to overtime between the Flyers and the Nationals. 0-0 is your score as the deadlock will continue. What a game between these two teams. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, you mentioned how there is playoff atmosphere in the building tonight, and the Nationals have been throwing the body around in tonight's contest, and we get to for the first time really all night long, see some grade A scoring opportunities 3-on-3. 5-on-5, nothing really besides the one breakaway by the Leamington Flyers that Joe Ranger had to come up big on. But otherwise, now we get to see 3-on-3, and it looks like Chard, O'Reilly, and Connolly are going to start for the Nationals, as they're going to maybe make a late change and take player off, as the goaltenders will switch sides as Walkarius and Ranger give each other acknowledgement. As with the new rule in overtime, the goaltenders switch to the far side, so both teams get the long change, something that was implemented this year as a new rule in the 3-on-3 overtime situation.
So Nationals bringing out their lineup. So it will be O'Reilly, Chard, and I believe that is Ludington. So the newcomer for the Nationals getting a big opportunity here on the back end. Is one of the slickest skaters the Nationals have now. So trying to get that puck control out there. And on the other side, we are seeing a combination of Brecky, Piccolo, and Grossi on the back end.
And now both teams will split a point, so the Nationals have a chance to get that extra point to get 5 and continue to lead the Western Conference standings.
Grossi, he'll carry it across the blue line, walks in on the left wing side, loses control of the puck. O'Reilly will collect it. Sam O'Reilly, he's going to break it out across the red line in the offensive zone. Waits, tries to find that open shot, doesn't like his chances, throws it over to Chard. Chard, he's going to try to break in, puts it on net. He had Ludington right out front to get the tip on the net. Quickly turn back. Here come the Flyers. Grossi off to Piccolo. Back to Chard. Chard's going to try to rush his man down. Lucas Chard's going to walk in, has full head of steam, puts it on net, and just hits the toe of Walkarius and then goes into the corner. Piccolo back the other way. He gets pushed into the boards. Piccolo tries to make his way around his man, but the Nationals are going to try to break it out. Flyers making the first change of the game, bringing out the McPherson brothers. Nationals switching out. Kopchak out there now alongside Riley Bowers. Ryan McPherson, he collects the puck. Brings it out. He'll try to carry the puck. Looks for that opening. Waiting for one of the teams to blink. O'Reilly finally gets an opportunity to get off the ice. Wood on the ice now for the Nationals. Right across the blue line. Flyers still trying to find something. Just pressured right back. Hard work right on top of him by Kopchak. Kopchak, great stick work. Steals the puck right back. Bowers, he brings it in over to Wood. Wood can't handle the pass. And be played down in the corner. Wood, that was a nice little work to try to get the puck back. A little too far ahead. Weren't paying attention. Holding on, Ranger tries to bring it out. 2-on-1 the other way. Here come the Nationals. Wood, he's got a man with him. Over to Palmer, takes the shot, can't put it on net. Huge chance for the Nationals, but can't convert. Back out across the blue line. Here comes Ryan McPherson. Waits up. His teammates both going off for a change. Drops the puck off. Here comes Taves. Taves across the blue line. Throws it right in the middle. Walks in. Waits. Shoots. Scores! Beautiful play by Trevor LaRue. Ends it for the Flyers in overtime. And just like that, the deficit drops to 2. As the Flyers win for the 4th straight time against the London Nationals.
I mean, what a crazy ending to this game, as Ranger gets out-deked there by Trevor LaRue as he bit on the forehand shot. He moves it to the backhand, and the Leamington Flyers continue their unbeaten streak. Now goes to 10 games as they win this one 1-0.
And with that 1-0 win, we will be right back with our post-game and our final reaction here as you're watching London Brewing Co-op National Soccer on Rogers TV.
I'm Jennifer Slay, the host of What's Up London. Join me each week as I meet Londoners who are doing extraordinary things and helping to make the city a better place to live. Watch What's Up London, Mondays, only on Rogers TV.
Bring on the women!
Zach is so serious about being a husband. That sets apart a man from a boy.
I still feel like this is like a dream. Do I deserve this? I don't know, but I'm pretty damn happy.
Please help me, help me, help me, help me, please help me. I'm like already jealous.
I was not expecting that.
The Bachelor, new season January 23rd on City TV or stream on City TV Plus, the app, or citytv.com.
Tonight's action on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the London Brewing Co-op Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV. The Leamington Flyers come away with a big 2 points and a 1-0 overtime victory over the London Nationals in what was turned out to be a fantastic hockey game. Was a little stop and go for the first 3 periods, but that overtime was stellar, just start to finish.
Yeah, an entertaining end to this hockey game as both goaltenders were lights out, but in the end it ends up being the game winner on this crazy little sequence as they gain speed inside the blue line and they don't see the trailing man as they're dekes out Ranger on that one, and LaRue's able to end this one and send the Leamington Flyers home with the extra point. Now 2 points back of the Nationals for first place in the Western Conference.
Could have been 1, but at least the Nationals can at least take the consolation prize of that overtime point. So it does keep them, as you said, 2 points ahead. Still a long way to go and some tough games coming up here as the Nationals do take on the St. Mary's Lincolns next week and then Leamington again in 2 weeks. So it's going to be some tough contest between the two teams there. Should be stop and go between the two. Overall, I think this story of the game was Joe Ranger was absolutely stellar and fantastic tonight.
I mean, what a debut for Joe Ranger. I mean, coming in, gets acquired by the Nationals yesterday, and comes in here to the Western Fair, new to the arena, new team, new set of guys in front of you, and you're able to put up a performance like that, a 30-plus save performance for Joe Ranger, unbelievable, but at the same time, the same can be said for Bryce Walkarius. He continues to provide wins for this Leamington Flyers team, especially against this London team who now trail in the season series 4 games to none now.
Absolutely. It's going to be real tough if the Nationals need want to turn their fortunes around against the Flyers going down in the final stretch. But we'll send it down to ice level and Jaci for our 3 stars. Jaci?
Thanks so much, Kyle and Jeremy. And with that, the Leamington Flyers wrap up tonight's game with a 1-0 overtime victory over the London Nationals as we head into our 3 stars of the game tonight. Our 3rd star, Trevor LaRue with a game-winning goal. Our 2nd star of the night, Bryce Walkarius, saving 34 out of 34 shots on goal with a shutout. And our 1st star of the game tonight, Joe Ranger, saving 21 out of 22 shots on goal. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Thank you to everyone who tuned in this evening. From Kyle, Jeremy, myself, and the crew, we look forward to seeing you next week when the St. Mary's Lincolns are in town to take on the London Nationals here on Rogers TV.
my name's Ranger M, and I work at Catfish Creek Conservation Authority. I'm the community outreach technician, and that means I do a lot of this, chatting about all things nature and conservation with kids, adults, teachers, everyone. I love to knowledge share, and that's just what I'm going to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Rogers TV has given me the opportunity to be involved within my local community, where I have met plenty of new people, experienced new things. I have done various production roles such as graphics, live audio, and camera work. Recently, I have been a part of the London Knights Rogers TV crew, and I have had a wonderful time there, being part of such an amazing and diverse group of individuals. I highly recommend it.
I think switching mindsets is so key, because you're right. We so often think about, oh, we're coming into menopause. Menopause is going to happen, getting older, menopause. And there's very little thought about thriving and about feeling the power and feeling emboldened. And I understand that. I understand that. You know, I have my certain things that are going on with me. I'm not suffering like some women have and do. But at the same time, boy, it gets you thinking about so much. And it really is a time to embrace everything that we are, everything that we've done for ourselves, for others in the world, and really embrace ourselves and try and, through these conversations, change the focus to making this a time to be proud of.
It is, and you know, among my group of women friends, we all had children around the same age, and we've got a good age, or at the same time, but we have a good age span, and I sort of broached it. And, you know, I said, these are my kind of concerns. We're sitting around a fire. And, you know, two of my friends were like, send me everything you know, right? Because one was only 36 and one is a little bit older. And everybody's desperate for trusted information. Where do I even start with some of this? And so grateful for this opportunity is, how am I going to do that? And how do I navigate the relationship dynamics when, you know, my libido has changed and sex is less comfortable and I can't produce vaginal moisture, all of those really important things. How do I even navigate those? Because I think it's happening too soon and I wasn't ready. I just figured it would naturally slowly happen. And sometimes it isn't that way. And sometimes it is quite a quick transition for some of the symptoms.
That's right. That's right. And I think, yeah, you're right. I think having friends voicing things, you voicing things has now allowed your friends to understand more and learn more. And that's the ripple effect of all these conversations that seem to be starting up now, which is wonderful. What about, I think it's very important also to address symptoms. I mean, I know there's a whole range of symptoms, but how one symptom can then affect so many things that actually it's not just that one symptom anymore, like lack of sleep. I haven't slept, I have no energy. And how that can affect the rest of our day, our life.
So when we talk about lack of sleep, and prolonged lack of sleep can lead to hormone dysregulation. I'll kind of keep this as a more surface conversation, but the hormone dysregulation over a longer time, or an increase in that stress hormone, right? That increased cortisol will then, you know, affect pain and mood, and pain and mood perception as well.
Yes.
Right. So then we're in this little, you know, downward spiral, and the hormone dysregulation in the face of changing hormones, whether it's, you know, more estrogen because the progesterone drops. So it's a relative shift into excess estrogen first. And how does that then show up as I'm sleepy, I'm exhausted, I can't shut my brain off because I'm not getting restorative sleep. And then that carries on for 6 months. And then, you know, we start to get the link with, well, my libido has changed, my muscle mass may start to drop because of this hormone change. That's right. And now, oh my gosh, now I'm angry because I'm sleep deprived. And now I'm just mad because I pee my pants when I laugh and I shouldn't, right? And
I don't find anything funny anymore.
Nothing is funny because I don't want to wear a pad when I laugh, right? So all of those little pieces, and then the grief and the annoyance and the frustration sets in, especially when there's no voice to it, when there's no one to hold that space for you, or maybe you have siblings or partner that doesn't really understand, maybe isn't interested, or just is so bewildered by the whole situation, much like our parents probably were when we entered the puberty tunnel.
Yes.
You know, it's, where is this coming from? What has happened to my lovely partner? You know, all of those little ripple effects of how one can then exacerbate another. So when you're speaking of sleep, it's so critical if we say, but if we can intervene on sleep, then there's maybe an opportunity for gentle exercise, which then further helps with hormone regulation, inflammation in the body, and promotes better sleep.
That's right.
You know, so we can address it at those early stages of things that, okay, there are some sleep hygiene things I know I can do. Because what do we do if we're tired and we're bored and we're aggravated? We're going to scroll on our phone, we're going to scroll on the computer, and really not shutting those devices down an hour before bed.
That's right.
Hard stop, right? Putting things in place to promote sleep in ways that you never had to before.
Yes.
And it's not that your body can't do it, but it might need a little support, much like when we look at our kids with structured sleep. They're usually generally better humans. And we're just, you know, we went through the super resilient years, and now we just got to put a little structure to the bedtime back in place, right? You can't Netflix till 11:30 and expect to shut it off.
Exactly. Yes, I know maybe there's been days where I haven't been a necessarily great human after not much sleep. So, I mean, I always think there's nothing really that you can't achieve by having a good night's sleep, or even having, you know, more than 4 hours sleep at night.
Right,
you
is
know,
the quality of your sleep good? And whether that's, you know, routine sleep hygiene, whether that's, you know, a supplement or anything like that. There's so many aspects of this can be addressed by, you know, your team of people that you're going to surround yourself with. Is how do I promote that? Because then you're ready to face, you know, whatever is coming down the pipe.
That's right. And so I want to speak about, you know, in a second about looking at who to include in this team, because I think it's really important. And I know you're a massive believer in this. It's so important to have a team surrounding you. So we can talk about what that looks like. But before, I'd love to talk more about what you bring to the table, because I know that you work with so many women in your practice. You're hearing firsthand the concerns, which was why I was so excited to have you it was a no-brainer as the first guest on this, because what you bring to the table in this area. So yeah, tell us what you bring to the table.
Well, as a pelvic health and orthopedic physio, a lot of my practice is women as they transition through, you know, late teen to early 20s, through their childbearing years in their 30s to 40s, and then reclaiming themselves. And that's a big part of it, you know. And I think there's that people are so thirsty to have somebody to talk to, carte blanche. And it's maybe their practitioner, maybe they're in their 50s and their primary care physician is a male in their 20s, and they just don't feel that there's enough time or that conversation can be had in that. And that's not to say that they're all like that, but we have our own perceptions going into these things. So as a women's health physiotherapist and a pelvic health physiotherapist, I can do an internal exam to directly assess the vaginal tissues, but that's lovely. And that's a big part of it, to ensure that the pelvic floor muscles are strong so we can start to deal with muscle mass that may be influencing incontinence. But really, it's looking at the spectrum. So women will come to me because they're leaking.
Okay.
And they say, I did after my children, maybe it went away, maybe it didn't, but now it's worse. So that's the easier conversation piece. That's where people come in easily now, because, you know, there's ads on TV about incontinence, and maybe their daughters are saying, you know what, Mom, you actually don't have to deal with that. Why don't you go see a pelvic floor physiotherapist and see what can be done? Well, then we start the conversation. Right? Because it's not just about what's going on in the pelvic floor. And we say, well, you've been leaking. Have you been dehydrating yourself to prevent the leaks? Because that's actually going to make the leaks worse in most cases.
Interesting.
It's super fun. And what's going on an intimate level? You know, what brings you joy? So I have all the time to sit and talk about these things, and sort of maybe direct them to a sex therapist if there's some relationship dynamics or things that are really going to be beyond my scope. But we can have those conversations around, hey, okay, in menopause, we know that the vaginal tissues lose a bit of their plumpness, our ability to self-lubricate changes. These are things we can actually work around. There are vaginal moisturizers that are not, they're There's some good ones. There's some ones with a whole bunch of stuff in it that we don't want, but that can improve that. And then maybe this is a time to have a conversation with your doctor about whether a vaginal estrogen would help plump those tissues, or maybe the urethra needs a little bit more plumping support, and whether you're appropriate for it with a cancer history. But it's that time to sit and dig into, how do you live your life